awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
For some reason, there are like 7 boxes of Air Jordans in the room that Bart just brought in. Just honestly, you never know what is going to come in with him getting ready to do the show. And there is 2 coffees, or a coffee and a tea. There is obviously some food of some sort. And there are, 3 boxes of Air Jordans here? Well, like, what's this about?
Yeah,
what's going on?
The thing is, I ordered some shoes, but they were women's shoes.
What do you mean they were? How do you order women's shoes?
Because they're women's shoes. Like, Jordan makes shoes that's specifically for women. So I was like, okay, like they're unisex, but they're women's shoes. So I was like, you know what? I ordered a 14.5. I wear 13, so I thought a woman's 14.5 is a men's 13.
Oh, so you purposely ordered women's shoes?
Yes.
And I get that they can be unisex,
but the issue is they came as a men's 14.5, and I can't wear men's 14, so I'm going to give them to Allen because he wears a 14. I'll show you.
Okay, but why not just order a men's 13? That's what I don't get. I get that. Why order women's shoes in the first place?
Because they dope.
You got a little fetish or something going on?
No, because they dope. So Jordan makes certain colors for women.
All right, well, check it out on the YouTube. Turn on the YouTube right now, the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
These are blue jeans.
Okay, so these are pink denim Jordans.
The Levi, I think they're the 4s.
Okay. Pink denim Jordans that are sized.
But they don't look like girl shoes.
Well, I mean, they're pink.
It don't matter. I got pink men's shoes.
Oh, okay. Well,
those don't look like girl shoes,
That's a powder blue classic Jordan look right there.
It's a Jordan 1s with suede. That's a special shoe.
Right. Okay. I'm still, like, they don't make these in men's?
No. They have WWMN on it, which stands for women's shoe.
Okay. I don't understand why they wouldn't make the similar model in men's.
Because they don't. Because certain colors are specifically for women.
All right, what's this other one?
Check
this out on the
patent
ESPN
leather. These are patent leathers, but they're not patent leather. They're all leather, the patent leathers, but not leather.
They're nice.
And they're rainbow joints.
They're all lovely shoes, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. So would you think these were women's shoes?
No, probably not.
But they put the thing in the back, so it makes it women's shoes.
Okay.
So now I got stuck with them, and I can't send them back because when you buy them from Flight Club, they're consignment.
And so you naturally assume that Allen would want to wear women's shoes.
Well, I mean, these are dope shoes. I don't know if he can rock the pink, but I'm sure he can get some white linen or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Rock it like this. You know what I mean?
You know, Allen recently went back to touching up the hair a little bit too.
Yeah, so he's saying he's in touch with his feminine side?
No, I'm saying, like, I actually just was turning the topic a little bit just to Allen's hair for a second. I don't know if it's been because of the tremendous playoff run that he has done that, but it was a nice level of salt and pepper before, and he's gone back straight pepper.
Well, maybe he was like, every show has a salt and pepper guy, except for us. You got a lot of little salt, but
I got a lot more salt than pepper now
because we don't know what your head hair looks like. So no Diddy.
Well, because it can't grow.
So you got Dave, right? Dave, salt and pepper for their show. You got, of course, Don for their show. So he didn't want to have the same look as Don because that's Don's thing.
Right, but I wasn't saying that Alan would go all salt. Like Don is white.
Yeah.
Don is Santa Claus white kind of thing.
Yeah, but in a group, you want to have different looks. You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand that completely. I understand. But I guess I don't know. Here's the thing. Here's the ultimate compliment I could say for Alan. Like, it doesn't matter what the hair color is. He's still a stunning man.
See, that's the thing, though. When you're a stunning man, you're never happy, right? Because you see your flaws.
I'll tell you what.
Pretty boys.
If I looked like Alan Hahn, I would be totally good with any single flaw that anybody could pick out of me physically. That is a striking looking human.
But it's like Brad Pitt and George Clooney. You know what I'm saying? When they together, it's like, who's gonna be the pretty boy today? You know what I'm saying? Different type of different type of crowd.
But I mean, that's legit competition for sexiest man alive, and they both have aged. Like you can.
Brad's 64. He don't look 64.
Like Clooney's
got a 30-year-old,
mid to late 60s. Brad's girlfriend's ages never changed.
Yeah, like 35. Yeah. No, nobody's worse than who's
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio. Yeah.
DiCaprio's is he mid 50s yet? He's certainly at least early 50s.
Yeah. You get 20 on DiCaprio. And you get 32. It's like
No, DiCaprio's girlfriend's it's like the old members of Menudo. You turn an age, you're out.
Yeah,
and that age is like 23.
Yeah, like you aged out.
Anyway,
I like him ripe.
Bart has women's shoes, and he's giving them to Alan because apparently Alan has a fetish for women's shoes. So do with all this information what you will.
Well, I would have offered you, but your feet are shorter than mine. So
that's not true.
No? What size shoe you wear?
13.
Yeah, I wear 13.
Yeah, so my feet are not shorter than yours.
Okay, well, they're 14 and a half.
You want me to try on these women's shoes right now? You didn't offer me these shoes.
Because you can wear 14 and a half. I put them on. I'm like, maybe if I put a couple more insoles inside.
So these are, I got it. You were buying them as women's 14 and a half, thinking they were men's 13. Right,
correct.
And they're men's 14s.
Correct.
And Alan has a 14.
Correct.
God, that guy's got everything going for him.
These shoes aren't cheap either.
No, I obviously I can tell they're not cheap. They're Jordans.
But they're from the secondary market. So just imagine StubHub tickets and then the markup on them. Kind of like the Knicks tickets. They say some of the Knicks tickets are going for $100,000. Ain't no fat Joe ain't paying no $100,000.
Cheapest
they're giving those tickets away.
No, cheapest ticket. Although they are giving away some tickets to 250 tickets per game.
How nice.
Well, I mean, listen, they're NBA Finals tickets. 250 tickets a game is not bad.
Yeah, they need to write off.
I don't think they need to write off for 250 tickets. I think they'd be fine without it.
They're like, look at us. We're so nice. We're letting impoverished people go and programs go to the game for free.
I think it's a nice gesture when you look at how much the tickets are costing anyway.
They must be trying to get something. It's like when Oprah give it away. She just do that so the people won't be mad at her. Oh,
look under your chair. It's a new car.
Right. She's such a – and then you realize you got to pay the taxes on it. It's like,
I mean, listen, I know Alan, and a couple of people have pointed this out. Alan has said his wife does not love the gray hair, does not love the salt and pepper. I mean, I don't want to call out his wife.
Damn.
But, like, when is enough?
Damn.
Is Alan's wallet too small for his 50s? Or his diamond shoes too tight? Is that why you can't all of a sudden, like, how perfect do you need a man to be?
Jeez, that's a high bar, man.
Yeah,
6'6".
Kidding. The dude is 6'6".
Don't have a pot belly.
Chiseled. It looks amazing.
Peloton runner.
Looks wow. I tell you, that is a picky individual. And God bless you if you can be. God bless you if you can be. But
hey, he changed the color, so hey.
My wife is like, with the color of the hair, it ain't gonna matter. Like, I know what I got.
It's like when your dog get a certain age and the gray start coming out, you're just like, it's just season.
Yeah, it's just
a little seasoning.
Anyway, it's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Later in the show, have you ever been nervous enough to vomit? We'll get into that because that happened.
Yeah, Tom at Spelling Bee?
Could have been Tom at the Spelling Bee last night. Was that the finals last night?
Tom, you look like a guy. Did you ever make it? I never made it out of my classroom. Did you ever make it out of the classroom?
For the Spelling Bee?
For the Spelling Bee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did you make it to a quarter or
did you make it to the
sectionals
stage
or something like that?
So let me tell you how my school ran it.
Yeah.
So we had my school. I went to Catholic school. We had K through 8, and I believe it was grades 5 through 8 could participate, and so they pulled everybody together. And you didn't have to win in your classroom to go to the event. We just had one big event. And I believe the highest finish, because I did it for all 4 years, the highest finish I got.
Oh, so you actually tried.
I actually tried, and I actually studied for 3 of the years, and then
wow.
And then the final.
Were your parents pressuring you?
We struck a nerve.
Were your parents pressuring you?
Was this
no, I just did it on my own because why not?
Okay. Was this script spelling bee?
If we won, we would have gotten to the next step. That would have eventually you could get there.
You never made it to the script spelling bee. You studied for 3 years.
Well, you didn't get to. I
didn't even make it out of my school spelling bee. I never won the whole thing. I think the highest I finished was 8th. In my 8th grade year, I lost on the word fiery. I was the first one eliminated.
Fiery. F-I-E-R-Y? You lost on that?
Yes.
Wow. How did you call it? F-I-R-E-Y?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
I wouldn't have said that.
Was it misspeaking because you were just so fast with it and kind of nervous, or did you actually think, oh, that's easy, F-I-R-E-Y?
You never made it where your mom came to watch you spell?
No, we did it during Catholic Schools Week or something like that. So only the students were there during the schools one and the teachers and all that. And here's the thing I want to give a shout out to.
You're a shameful white guy, man. I expected more out of you being white.
Well, thank you for that. I'm glad you had
You
my
are, after all, our white correspondent, Tom.
That is true.
I thought you were the smart. You got the glasses. You look like you're a smart kid.
And see, here's
fiery.
Here's the thing too. The first few years, round 1, they gave us words like burger or ballerina or something like that. And then the 8th grade year, they actually use
is that participation trophy spelling bee?
They give us freshman year of high school words, and I'm like, the minute I heard the first word, I'm like, I'm not winning this thing at all. I'm bowing out.
Is fiery a freshman year of high school word?
It was the easiest word there, and I still screwed up because I never heard of fiery before at that point. I never had to spell it before.
Well, hold on. What grade were you in?
This was 8th grade.
Oh, my God. No wonder America's falling behind. Wow. That's our spelling bee?
My goodness.
That was not a good day in Tom Bauer's life.
Wow.
I could actually.
And you did this 3 years in a row? You studied?
I did it 4 years in a row. And then the final year, I just said, I'm just doing it for fun.
And fiery is what got you out?
Yes.
Year 4?
Yep.
So what the hell words were you studying the first 3 years?
Words in different languages.
Discovery?
Huh?
Discovery, son?
No.
Dad?
No, those are just the
Dr.
round
Seuss
1 words.
Wow.
No, the other words were pre-SAT words, I would say.
I'm feeling smarter and smarter.
I felt really dumb in that moment.
I'm looking at the audience on the YouTube feed right now, and it is dropping by the second. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Nothing personal, Tom. It had nothing to do with you. Had me to do with driving us down the National Script Spelling Bee streak.
That gets competitive, man. The kid that fainted and the kid stepped over him. You don't remember that one?
Yeah, no, I remember that one from a few years ago. Yeah, I remember that.
That's pressure.
I'll tell you. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit because somebody at the major league level was nervous enough that they vomited last night at their major league debut. We'll get to that throughout the course of the show at 800-919-3776. Listen, it's still a ton of Knicks talk, as you would expect. And right now, we're just in the sit and wait
I know.
time.
It's so boring in this space. I mean, I get it. But, man, that's what I'm saying. I want it to be entertained.
Yeah.
And the fact that they swept is just so boring.
Well, but I understand that we'll deal with the boredom right now. Like I said, this is going to end up being a period where they play 4 games in the span of about 25 days when they had the 9 days off after the conference semifinals, going into the conference finals, and then you play just 4 games in, 6 days? And then it ends up being another 9 days off. You add it all up, and you got an awful lot of time off in between and not playing at all during that stretch. Of course, there's going to be some discussion about what it's going to mean when it comes to being a little bit rusty.
Yeah, I worry about the rest of Russ.
That's why I do not hate the idea of rooting for Oklahoma City to kind of wrap it up. Not that I think that if they win tonight, Oklahoma City, having been there before, is going to be rusty, okay? But at least it levels the playing field a little bit. I understand that physically it may take more out of them, but that's not an older team. Like the Knicks are an older team than the Thunder. They needed and can use the rest a lot more than the Thunder need, 5-6 days off.
I'm just ready to get to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when it's a heavyweight fight coming and you waiting for it to come and you got the weigh in and all that stuff. I just want to see it. I'm ready for them to go, baby.
No, I understand that, but
so if they face OKC, they got to start on the road. If they face the Spurs, they're at home, right?
No, I think it's both on the road, aren't they? Both on the road.
Yeah, both on the road? Okay,
Yeah.
Road Warriors. So this is new for them. This is something different.
It begs the question, and it's going to have times like this where you might think, well, we're kind of in between and we're waiting here, and you wonder about it, but it does allow you to sit back and daydream a bit about what go ahead.
Well, it really allows them to really have a deep dive in the scouting department about the sets and the weaknesses so they can try and hit the ground running. Because usually it takes a game or two. They didn't play these teams much. You know what I mean? So to learn what their sets are, their weaknesses, who they're going to attack, it helps them with their game planning because they get to watch these guys, see what they struggle with, see what they're good at. But then you have to ask yourself, I always laugh when people see what teams struggle with, but you forget that you're not the team they're struggling with.
Yeah.
You don't have the personnel to make them struggle the same way. So that can be blind as well. Getting off to a fast start is imperative for them. They cannot afford to give 2 away at home and on the road and then expect to come back because teams every once in a while play very well at the Garden.
Listen, there's no question that they're in a position that they can't expect to have a similar result of game 1, what happened against the Cavaliers. You cannot expect that.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt that you have to put that pedal to the metal, so to speak. But those barren moments, so to speak, that 3 quarters during that game have been so few and far between during this run. You have to have the confidence that that's not going to happen again because they haven't let it happen again after the one time it happened or really even before it happened.
But you worry about, championship, people start thinking about their legacies and, guys want to do as much as they can. And will they play within themselves? Or will Brunson get into we haven't seen it in 2 series, but will he get into I'll do it myself if his teammates aren't hitting the outside shots? Will he get into that C.J. McCollum versus me type of thing with Shea Gilly?
Yeah, I don't see that happening right now because it's just all gone too well to quickly abandon what you've been doing.
But you haven't been tested by a team that you have a healthy fear of.
I get that, but it's gone too well in the other direction.
I get it.
To not do that.
I'm telling you, guys do crazy stuff in championship type of games, man. They start saying, hey, man, you start thinking about your legacy, start thinking about, hey, I want to make sure that I show up for this. I don't want to be one of these guys that get to the finals and can't answer the bell, that don't have a great finals. Like when the Knicks lost, who didn't have a good finals? Well, it was Starks. That was a Game 7, right?
Yep.
Right? Because what? He was trying to be a hero.
Well, and it's unfortunately a number that as much as any other in Knicks history has stuck with him and the fan base. Now, granted, the fan base still loves John Starks, and they show him love all the time. But 2 for 18 is always there.
So, a thing that I know just from being, not even a Knicks fan, but just being somebody that was – I remember the finger roll. I remember
Charles Smith.
Right.
Or Patrick.
And both.
Yeah.
I remember both of those, and I remember the fact that Starks, was 2 for 18.
Mm-hmm.
That's you don't even have to be a fan. That's ingrained in basketball history, finals history. I feel like that comes up all the time. And you don't want to be a guy that has a performance like that or Nick Anderson 4 missed free throws type of thing.
So I 100% believe in that. But I don't think that there's, with what we've seen so far, I'm going based on evidence, that even though they have rolled through their opponents, that there's any part of them that's going to turn this into me versus that guy. Or Brunson, it's me versus that guy.
It's not that. It's just, you try to get your shot. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be aggressive. You're like, man, I'm gonna go down. I'm going down swinging. You know what I mean? You want to be aggressive, so you start taking more shots.
Well, I mean, for instance, if you go back to game 1 of the last series, they needed him to do that because offensively, otherwise it wasn't working, and they had a ridiculously advantageous matchup. Right. They're not going to have that in the finals if they're playing against Shea Gilly or they're playing against the Spurs.
So what's the matchup that they feel confident in? Like they're going to see an old friend, Hartenstein. Like, you didn't want to pay me. I won a championship.
Well, I think they wanted to pay him. They just couldn't.
They didn't want to pay him the type of money because they could have said, hey, we want you, we value you over going to get Bridges.
They couldn't pay him because it was going to be over the cap. It would have crushed him on the cap.
It would have put him on the luxury tax, all right?
It would have put him beyond that. It would have put him like past the first apron. I don't even know if the apron was a factor at that point.
So did you believe?
They couldn't really do it.
We watched Golden State play above the apron.
They couldn't pay him at the same level. At any rate, I get the point you're making. I think the biggest thing for me here, though, is if you're trying to just associate what's going to happen in big spots and believe that somehow they're going to revert back to what they were before, I don't think you're giving Jalen Brunson enough credit.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if things aren't going well, do you stay, like, how long do you stay on task?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because how you feel it slipping away. Like, do you still believe, even though the shots may not fall, but they're good shots? Do you continue to believe, or do you go hero ball? Like, guys go hero ball in every sport. Every team I've ever been a part of, sometimes you got a guy to go hero ball when things aren't going well. Or are you going to believe in the game plan and lock in and say, no matter what, this is how we're going to go down? And, they can either come out and say, hey, we got the big chip on our shoulder, nobody think we can win. They come out with a lot of energy. Or they come out and they're sleepwalking.
Well, however that's going to play out, I would be shocked if they came out and they were sleepwalking, knowing that there is the narrative out there about what you're talking about. Like, people are still going to look at it and say, well, you haven't played anybody really yet.
Yeah.
And now you're about to get the varsity, so to speak,
correct,
with whoever's coming out of the West. I, for a minute, want to take a step back. If they find a way to win a championship here, how many of these guys become immortal Knick players? And the reason I ask that is if you look at the 70 and 73 teams, I need you to cover me here for a second. I'm going to sneeze.
Yeah. Well, you think about the 70 and 73 teams, that's 2 championships in a matter of 3 years. I think that's what immortalized those teams is the fact that they won 2 championships.
Well, here's why I bring it up. Because when you think about it, the 5 starters on the 73 team all have their numbers retired.
Yeah,
and I'm not talking about like necessarily who's going to be there, but who becomes the immortal Knicks. Like, there are the guys like from the 90s.
Willis and Clyde are the ones you think about the most.
And Patrick, you probably put in that category, but he didn't win a championship.
Yeah, I'm talking about from those championships.
Yes, Willis and Clyde, absolutely.
The others, I don't know, like how long did it take them to get in? Is it after you romanticize, and how long during you think about the 10-year anniversary, the 15th anniversary? Like, I'm assuming Clyde and Willis went in early. How long did it take for the other guys to get out? Because I think the fact that they hadn't won a championship in so long made them start to appreciate those teams more, which maybe made you want to add them to the Raptors because you needed something to celebrate and something to sell around here if you were a Knick or a Knick exec.
I'd have to go back and I
know
don't.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I do understand. I don't know when exactly guys like DeBusschere and Bradley had their numbers retired. I'd have to go back.
Yeah,
and look.
I would say they probably was later.
But the point is, they have their numbers retired.
That's correct.
And so does Pearl, and so does Dick Barnett. Like, these are all guys that were part of the 73 team, and you look at their career numbers. I mean, Bill, they're good. Bill Bradley does not have unbelievable career numbers. He was a very good player. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I saw him. I didn't. But when and I'm being 100% honest here, when I'm looking at the numbers, Bill Bradley was a good player. DeBusschere was a good player.
But not a Raptor type player.
But they were not, they're not Jalen Brunson.
Right.
Like, and to me, it's always the Jalen Brunson type player that should get their number retired.
Right.
I always think that too many times we look at guys and treat them over the top because we romanticize periods of careers.
But also, how long do they have to stay? Like, if Bridges gets traded in 2 years or 3 years when they cash strap, and they've got to break this team up. Like, how long? You can win a championship, but you also got to put some time in. Like, Bridges came in, 2 years too late, on this thing. So, like, he's only been here 3 years. What they move him and he does everything. I think time invested matters too. And Brunson we know Brunson will be here at least for 4 or 5 more years, which gives him like 7 years. I think 7 years or 5 years is the minimum before you start thinking about putting somebody in your Hall of Fame.
All right, we'll get into more of it in a second. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. I want to get your reaction. If the Knicks do get this championship, who are the guys that we're going to be talking about as immortals in Knick history? Because all of those guys are still treated that way. All of those guys I mentioned are still treated that way. Now, there are levels to it, but how many of those guys are going to be thought of in that response, in that respect? 800-919-3776. Also on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Make sure that you're involved over there. We will get involved with your comments. Everybody in the chat asking about how the tooth is. What's going on there?
It's better today, but I forgot to take my antibiotic. I took a pain pill yesterday. It feels a little bit better, so maybe I can wean myself off the pain pills.
Is this one of those deals where the stitches dissolve?
I don't even know if he put stitches in it. I don't feel stitches, but I don't feel like putting my tongue down there. I don't feel anything.
No, did he?
Yeah.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. Did you know that Social Security disability takes a bite out of every one of your paychecks? So when they deny your claim, bite back. I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I'm proud to announce our first ever Social Security disability webinar. It's happening on June 3rd at 1 o'clock. In just 1 hour, you'll learn your rights, understand the appeals process, and find out how our experienced SSD attorneys can help you get the benefits you've earned. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Register now by calling 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, or go online to daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. That's daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. D'Agostino Law is here to bite back, to fight back, to get you the SSD benefits you've earned. Register today at 1-800-248-3222.
Beautiful weather, horrible traffic. Let's go to the Bronx. You got a Deegan accident, north and southbound side on I-87, and this is in the area of Yankee Stadium. It's a northbound accident. 2 left lanes are closed. The southbound left lane is out for emergency vehicles. Harlem River Drive looks to be a little bit better across the river. Cross Bronx, eastbound side, northbound 95 by Bronx River Parkway, accident right lane. It's been a horrible day all day. George Washington Bridge, upper level, 45 minutes now, lower level, 30. Lincoln and Holland tunnels, at least 25 to 35-minute delays. And in Queens, you got a lot of traffic on the Van Wyck northbound side by Atlantic Avenue, a broken down car in the center lane. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Come out.
Around the corner, so why are you still living with pain? If you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or nerve pain, don't wait any longer. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no long recovery, no relying on pain medication. Just non-surgical image-guided treatments that help you get back the life you deserve. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances accepted, help is close. Go to SandwellPain.com. Feel better now, not later.
Replacing your home's AC system isn't exactly pocket change. Let's be real. Most people don't have thousands of dollars just lying around. And that's why Sloman's makes staying cool affordable. Right now, Sloman's central air conditioning makes it easier than ever to upgrade without blowing your budget. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% financing for up to 18 months. Plus, every new system comes with a 5-year all-inclusive service plan, including annual system maintenance, filter replacements, and refrigerant. So there are no surprise costs down the road. Whether your system is outdated, your electric bills are through the roof, or your AC finally called it quits. Sloman's has a solution that works and a payment plan that actually makes sense. Call 516-932-7000. That's 516-932-7000. Or visit ac.slomans.com to schedule your free estimate today. Sloman's Central Air Conditioning. Because comfort shouldn't come with a price you can't afford. 18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087, 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087, or simply visit tra.com.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York YouTube channel. It is an interesting question as to who's going to be in the Immortal category. And as we said, if you win this championship, this is first in 50 years. And I think we've already reached the point where I'm going to sneeze again. This is unbelievable. And you're chewing.
Well, basically, Brunson moves in front of.
No way out of this.
Brunson moves.
What allergies are just crushing me.
If they win, Brunson moves in front of Patrick Ewing. Simple as that.
Oof.
How can you deny it? His scoring numbers are going to in half
in the playoffs, especially.
Yeah, in the playoffs, and he carried the team. You can say that he had better players, whatever. He moves in front of Patrick. He moves third on that Mount Rushmore. If you're telling me he's almost fourth without a championship already.
The problem is, here's the only problem for me. The longevity of Patrick's time as a Knick.
Nobody cares. Longevity versus impact. You can be a supernova. You can come in this thing. Bo Jaxson was a phenomenon. Terrell Davis was a phenomenon. It's not always about length, being a compiler. It's about effect. Playoffs. How many playoff series has he won compared to Patrick?
I'd have to go.
And if I win a championship, yeah, I better be third. The only people in front of him is the people that won two.
Got to go through and see how many times they've won playoff series. That Patrick won playoff series versus Brunson won playoff series. It's obviously not too far away.
Playoff average.
What their points were?
Yeah, Brunson's got to be higher.
Brunson's
average.
at 26 a game in playoffs in his history. Ewing in his history, it tailed off at the end, man. Last couple of years, 97, 98, it really tailed off. It's down at 20 per game. And he played 135 of his 139
we love
career games with the Knicks.
We love Patrick, but it's not sometimes about the length of how long you do something. It's about the impact of how well you come in and you do it. How efficient you do it. Brunson came in here and instantly the fate changed year one under Brunson. And that wasn't expected for him to come in and be the type of player that he was, so he exceeded expectations. Patrick was the number 2 pick, number 3 pick, the frozen envelope?
Yeah, the 1 pick.
Well, 1 pick, right? Yeah. 1 pick versus a free agent that was picked in the second round, come in, be a boss, electrify the city, big shots, clutch shots, win a championship? Yeah, brother.
Patrick, 7-time All-NBA, 11-time All-Star.
That's great.
I'm just laying out facts, okay? Brunson's been 3-time All-NBA. He's played 81 career playoff games. Yeah, his career scoring average is higher at 26 a game. Patrick's is only at 20.
As a little man.
Yeah, as a guy that's only 6 feet. He did play 25 of those games with Dallas. His scoring average as a Knick in the postseason is 29.
That's what I'm saying. That's even crazier, right? The ones he played with Dallas, he was a fill-in.
Does Brunson – see, Tom's 26 years old. So asking Tom this as a Knick fan doesn't really give him a fair chance to answer it because I don't know how Tom would view Patrick Ewing, having never really seen him play, having literally never seen him play. Tom was literally not born the last time the Knicks were in the finals.
That is true.
Yes. So, and Patrick didn't even play that year because he was hurt. Would Brunson, I mean, I guess for you, Brunson would immediately pass Patrick on that list, would he not?
He would have to easily from my list, and I probably shouldn't use the word easily there, but here's the thing. The title alone, I think, gives Brunson the edge, at least in my eyes. Like, I'm going to view him differently in my era than the era I couldn't watch. I can witness the greatness of Jalen Brunson in real time. Like you guys were alluding to, I couldn't do that with Patrick Ewing. So Brunson, maybe already in my mind, has surpassed him, but even then, that's probably tough to say.
And Brunson will be defeating a 2-time MVP. Like, in
or an alien.
Huh?
I said, or an alien.
Yeah, or an alien. Literally Slender Man. Like, I wonder, like, I know the league want the Knicks in the finals. It's great for ratings, great for everything New York does. I mean, it's never a time where you see, like, all the other teams. Nobody would have cared. They wouldn't have made CNN. They wouldn't have made MSNBC. They wouldn't have made, like, the Knicks are a crossover brand. And, you know, this is the best thing that could ever happen. The only thing that could be better than this would be Lakers and Knicks.
So, just looking at it in terms of Patrick's career playoff record, 72-67. That's pretty close to 500.
Below 500.
No, it's over. 72-67 is more wins than losses. So, it's close.
Okay.
Brunson, as I'm just looking at it, 46-34. So he's got again, some of those were with Dallas as well. But how many playoff series has Brunson won now? He's won 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the Knicks. He's won 6 playoff series with the Knicks and 6-3 in playoff series. Patrick was 17-13 in playoff series.
You add that title to that and what Brunson has done. You got to pass it. Listen, if Brunson has done enough already to be 4th on your Mount Rushmore and then he win a title, short order, he's better than Patrick.
Joe Leo's a good NBA fan. He's a Net fan, but he's a good NBA fan, and he's 29, am I correct? 29 years old?
Almost 29.
Almost 29. So, again, youngin', never really saw Patrick play in his prime.
He watched the clips.
What is your view as an outsider objectively? Does Brunson, in only 4 seasons at that point with the Knicks, pass Patrick in Knicks lore if they win a championship?
I would say yes, only because you don't think that this is going to be the end of this run. It might be the height by getting a ring, but you're going to assume that you're going to be in the mix for the next couple of years as long as Brunson is out there on the floor. So the accumulation, I think, will happen under Brunson. I don't know if it's going to be, what was Patrick's run, 12 years just in the mix?
Patrick went 10 straight years at least making the second round.
So just because of the nature of the league and the turnover, I don't know if Brunson can accumulate that. He might be able to get close, but you would assume that this is going to
5
be,
more
again.
Years. It'll be a second act to the Brunson thing. It'll be a second act to retool, try and build around Brunson, much like we saw with Steph Curry, much like we saw. He'll be here, and they'll build around him. He'll be the last one out from this core.
Right.
Like, Cat might get traded. OG might get traded. Bridges might get traded. Brunson gets to stay.
So you look back then. I mean, a couple of people are making interesting points. Don Pablo in the chat. East back then was a lot better in Ewing's era than in this era. Was it? I mean, you had obviously you had Chicago, which was a problem. Yes.
But hold on.
The Pacers were always a major. No. I'm going to show respect to the East. I mean, the Pistons were always excellent. The Pacers were always excellent. The Celtics really wasn't their time in the 90s at all.
But the Pistons, but Boston is Boston right now. You got a championship less than 3 years ago. So how can you say the East isn't strong? Boston won.
It's not that the East isn't strong. Is the East as strong now as it was back then?
I think.
Do we look at?
I think in 2 years from now it will be. The Pistons will be the Pistons again. Boston is always Boston. And Indiana, like they were in the 90s, will be back with Halliburton, and they have the ability to spend a crap load of money. They're going to go out big game spending.
Like we used to look at the West back then as the softer conference. By far, the softer conference for sure.
Right.
And now you'd look at it, and it would be the other way around. Like if we're sitting here talking about how the Knicks haven't played the varsity yet, and the varsity's in the West, I mean, I don't even know if we'd be saying – we certainly would not be saying, even if they had played Boston, that it would have been as good as what they're going to face.
We've been doing this for 20 years, though, because what LeBron went through when his runs to the finals is 8 straight.
The East was strong when he was there because it had KD and KG and Boston up there.
But even with Miami, how many times are there, LeBron's not really playing anybody until he gets to the finals. Or what Boston just went through a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he always beat the Raptors.
You look at that, and how many people were saying, oh, well, that's a Mickey Mouse championship because of the run that Tatum and Brown went on through the Eastern Conference. So for 20 years, the East has been the easier of the two conferences. And I don't think it's really a talking point until...
You don't think LeBron changed the power because before he was in the Eastern Conference with Miami, but you still had Paul Pierce and KG. They had just Ray Allen. They had just one, and then Ray Allen left, and it changed the power. They had to struggle with Luol Deng.
He laid waste to Toronto.
Derrick Rose, though. You remember when he was in Cleveland?
That was 1 year, but. The Hawks were really good, and they just dismantled. They had a 61 year with the Hawks and dismantled them.
I guess we have to figure out how many Eastern Conference championships over the last time. How many Eastern Conference champions do we have? How many Western Conference champions do we have?
All right, so we got to go through that. But in the meantime, here's the primary question. Okay, for the moment, I want to put this on the poll, Tom, and I also want to put this out to the listener at 800-919-3776. The poll will be up on the ESPN New York YouTube page. If the Knicks win a championship, does Jalen Brunson automatically pass Patrick Ewing in Knicks lore? 800-919-3776. I want to know the answer to that. And for that, I recognize that we're going to have a lot of younger people who will say definitively yes. But I also want to hear from the guys who are in their 40s calling up about this. And because guys of my age look at Ewing with a certain reverence and look at
man ever play.
But also look at the East back then and the battles that happened. They were rock fights that happened as kind of the toughest that you could ever play as well, physically. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. So that is the question. Load them up. If the Knicks win the championship, does Brunson immediately pass Patrick Ewing in Knicks lore? Let's answer that question on the phone lines and in the ESPN New York YouTube chat.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more, build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game, 21 plus, and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
It's playoff basketball. You got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in, because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we wanted.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, and Peacock.
It's an interesting question. 800-919-3776. In a few minutes, we will talk to Marc Kestecher at the top of the hour. He will have the call tonight on ESPN Radio, right here on 880 and on 1050 of the Game 6 between the Spurs and the Thunder out west. And I listen, for selfish purposes, we're going to primarily also get into not just the matchup between those two, but how it works out for the Knicks.
The bloodbath.
Because that's what we care about.
There's a bloodbath going on. Let's see if it's retaliation for Wemby not speaking to the media, but also calling for the code red. That
was kind of weak from Wemby the other night, bailing out after your worst game. But he's a kid.
He's super emotional.
What we forget about is he's a kid.
He's super emotional. I think he didn't want to be asked about what did he whisper to those guys before they did those flagrant fouls. When you talk about Plumlee just hitting McCann right in the back with that forearm, and then the hard foul, I think Biombo or whatever his name is, on the drive to the same guy, because that's the young guy that was killing him. Wemby was visibly seen. This is the thing. They see everything. You can't whisper in somebody's ear, then they go out and do something dirty, and we don't think it's a correlation or it's a connection.
If the Knicks win a championship, does Brunson automatically pass Patrick Ewing in Knicks lore? That is the poll that is up on the ESPN New York YouTube chat. I'll give you a couple of the comments that are in there as well. War Fight 'em. Y'all would have been calling Ewing. Y'all would have called Ewing the best center ever if you were around in 1992.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
You remember that guy named Kareem Olajuwon?
I mean, there was Hakeem Olajuwon. There was
Shaquille O'Neal.
There was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There was Shaq, which Shaq came in 92 or 93. 92, I believe.
Yeah.
Was his first year.
It was come on, man.
There was
Patrick was skilled.
Obviously,
man.
Wilt. Obviously, Bill Russell.
Now he's above like when Alonzo Mourning came in and Dikembe Mutombo. Yeah, he's the best Georgetown center of all time, but he ain't better than Akeem the Dream.
Primo Sabe, I would also mention that Brunson would be over some of the 94 Knicks squad, but not necessarily over Patrick. He'd be over he'd be over the entire 94 squad other than Patrick. That's the only argument. That's the only argument there.
I don't know, man. Little man, second-round draft pick.
I'm not saying there's not an argument to be had here. I'm saying that Brunson certainly passes everybody else on that roster. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's definitely the discussion to be had because there's a lot of
who's the only person that
questions
we even
as
hold,
to whether or not he would.
Who's the only other person that we even hold in high regard? John Starks? Like, Sprewell wasn't here long enough, right? How long was Sprewell here?
And that was 99.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Sprewell's whole thing with PJ happened, 97, 98-ish early, and then he got traded to the Knicks for the 98-99 season. So that was a big deal when that happened. Patrick carried the Knicks to Veritas Invicta, saying, well, yeah, he did. And our biggest argument about Patrick
carrying far enough
was just that. Like, none of those other immortals or none of those other players are immortals from those Knicks teams. Like, we see him at the games, but we see Marbury at the games too.
Do we put him up?
We see Melo at the games.
Do we put him up player for player? Do we do that?
No.
Like, I mean, it's not like Patrick didn't have good players. I mean, Anthony Mason was a sixth man of the year.
In 95, he was.
Yeah, I mean, he was a guy that was basically a point forward. You know what I mean? Big physical
Well, they
guy.
tried that, and then they fired Nelson.
Yeah, but they wanted to make him like a big facilitator. They wanted, listen, Pat Riley got his dynasty destroyed by the bad boys. He saw where the game was going and that it couldn't be more like Showtime and running, gunning, and all that stuff because you run in the East Coast was built on physicality. So he came over here and he built him a group of thugs because that's what was winning. Because the Pistons had just won back-to-back, and he figured, hey, I better get some tough guys if I'm a ground Air Jordan.
Here is the best comparison of any athlete I have seen, and it is perfect for here because it's almost the same amount of time. It's almost perfect in every way. Is Messier the best Ranger ever? Because I'm comparing Brunson to Messier if he gets the chip. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Because it's about, a little less of a time frame that Messier won the cup after he got here, but that's a perfect comparison.
Yeah.
That is a perfect comparison. 800-919-3776. All right, let's start.
How do we split the Mount Rushmore and just kind of cut it and then move Patrick from 3 and slide Brunson over?
I think that's exactly what it is. I think it goes from 4 to 3 for Brunson.
And here's the thing. Who the hell is Brunson?
Hang on, D. Hang on.
Who the hell is Brunson kicking off? We never discussed about who was the fourth one anyway. Is he kicking Melo off?
Oh, come on.
Bernard King off?
Yes.
Who is he kicking off? We got to figure out who is he kicking off to be 4 because who's Patrick when he slides to 4? Who's Patrick kicking off?
David, what's up, brother?
All right, so this is what I'm going to say on that standpoint. Let's just say the Mount Rushmore wasn't fully built. Let's say we got it from Pakistan. They only gave us 3. We got to finish the 4th. So the 4th Brunson will be built. just as an idea from me, fellas.
Well, who was the first 3 that was on there? It was just 3 on there. Who was on there?
The first 3 would have to be Reed, Clyde, and Patrick, and then the 4th one would be Brunson.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah,
absolutely. But who the hell did we kick? I need to know if it was 4. Who the hell are we kicking off? Who was on there first?
It probably.
All right, man. We're gonna do this Yahweh, man, and I hate to do this. Yes, you're gonna kick Melo
off. Getting in the weeds,
so.
man.
All right.
Yeah, right.
You're kicking Melo off. Okay, say that then.
You know your guy's not on that list. Come on.
Oh, yes, I know. In reality, my personal opinion, yes, but he's not on that list. If, calling a spade, he's not on that list. So this is all I want to tell you two gentlemen, because, we got to build up content till we get to the finals. So my two questions to you gentlemen.
I don't need you showing everybody how the sausage is made, okay? You keep it to yourself. Send me a DM. I don't need everybody knowing, we got to build up content to the finals. Hey, you sit in this damn chair.
Yo, I would love to sit in that chair, and it's an honor to listen to you because you're box office, your partners. So this is what I got for you guys.
You're exposing me like O's the Mentalist by Pablo Torre.
Pablo Torre, man, he does good work.
He does.
Besides snitching.
He does. Go ahead.
Yes. So look, this is all I want to tell you two gentlemen. During this postseason run, do you guys think that Landry Shamet has earned himself a significant contract this offseason? Mitchell Robinson as well. And my last thing, nah.
For Landry, Landry a significant contract, not with the Knicks. Landry, and it's been great. Don't get me wrong.
It's been like
Mitch is the discussion.
It's been 5
to
shots
be had, and I don't know that they can pay Mitch.
You can't pay Mitch just like you couldn't pay Hartenstein. It's a wrap. It's been real.
I think it's going to be similar to that, and they're going to have to find that next guy.
That's why Hakapor need to get some experience because was it Hakapaki?
Yes, that's what it is. Hakapori.
Hakapori. Listen,
Hakporty.
Average 10, and I'll say your name right.
Bart Carlin, ESPN.
Calling all hoops fans, are you ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends tomorrow. Take the test.
North Brunswick, get ready. Boost Mobile by Tuvaz is throwing down with the grand opening at their newest spot in Brunswick Shopping Center. Join them Friday, May 29th from 2 to 6 p.m. with food, prizes, and giveaways that you don't want to miss. That's Boost Mobile at Brunswick Shopping Center in North Brunswick. We'll see you there.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected, because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
This whole season has been about getting back to this point. Now, was it a broken road? Yes, of course it was. But all along, they knew the edict was, we've got to get back to this point because that's where we should have been last year. So they're just where they should be right now. And I feel the same exact way.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
And the New York Knicks are on their way to the NBA Finals.
I am in disbelief. I have never, ever seen anything like this.
I mean, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
It really is.
So let it sink in. I'll say it again. NBA Finals.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams. This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All you can do is take a strong interest in what is going on out west or who the Knicks are going to be playing in the finals. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN Radio, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. The guy who will be calling the game tonight on ESPN Radio and right here on ESPN New York, along with PJ Carlissimo and George Sedano, is the great Marc Kestecher, who joins us from San Antonio right now, getting ready for Game 6. Marc, it's Chris, it's Bart. What's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing? Good to be back in San Antonio. This should be fun tonight.
Has it been?
Spurs are all about.
Has it been all Tex-Mex on the menu so far?
Well, you know I travel with Mr. Carlissimo, so I think we rang up our 17th Italian meal last night in this postseason run. There's a really cool restaurant here called Battalion. It's an actual, firehouse. I don't know when it opened. It could have been 1850 for all I know. But they converted it into a restaurant. You can still see the poles where you slide down to get into the fire trucks. Pretty cool night last night.
Interesting. So it's Italian with PJ no matter what.
Generally, I can get them every 7th or 8th night to maybe go out for some Chinese. So it's usually Italian, steak, Chinese, and then 17 more Italians. We're getting there, though.
Well, listen, I wouldn't fight that. I wouldn't fight. And here's the thing: PJ is going to find the great Italian place, the one place that does exist in San Antonio for that. Anyway,
we just walk in and there's a table there, and I think I'm up to about 12 pounds gained already.
Oh my God!
2.5 weeks to go.
That's amazing.
It's terrible.
I'm so jealous. That is amazing. Kessie,
you got to go with the gluten-free option first.
No, for me, double the gluten. I want all the gluten you got. That's fine for me. Kesty, as you look at this series, what happened the other night. I think we were all a little surprised with Wembanyama, how he, his first Game 5 test did not really fare all that well. What were your big takeaways out of Game 5 the other night?
Yeah, I think. It just didn't look like Wemby. I'm sure you all saw it as well, from television, from the up close there. And, they give us a real good seat at Oklahoma City for whatever reason. Didn't have it. I don't know if it's, 195 minutes. He's never played that in any 5-game span in his career. His minutes were under 30 per game during the entire season. So maybe everything's just kind of caught up to him. I don't know if that's just an easy excuse, but that was the one thing, the biggest thing you took away from it was Victor just didn't have the energy, even though, they got him the ball in places where he usually converts. Chet Holmgren finally putting together a big offensive game. Shea does what he does, whether you like what it looks like or not. That 30-point game from him kind of led the way. And I think the guy who's probably going to win the what do they call it now? The Magic Johnson Award for MVP might be Alex Caruso, because when he comes off the bench, he puts them in a really good spot, and obviously he plays both sides of the ball.
I want to go straight to the juice. I mean, every time we've seen Wemby have a bad game, he's always come back and responded. But it looked like he ordered the code red, and he didn't answer any questions with that. What's going to be OKC's response to the, we know that they've tried to have physical play on him with Hartenstein, but he looked like he said something to Plumlee, and Plumlee went out there and executed. What's the ramifications or what's the consequences for that, from the OKC side?
Yeah, Bart, that's interesting. We're on the Oklahoma City bench side, so we saw Biyombo coming in. We saw Plumlee coming in. I didn't see till after the game. somebody had sent me that clip, and exactly what you said, like, was the code red ordered? and then obviously McCain, got dropped, and then we found out yesterday while we're traveling here, the flagrant one had been added. Yeah, that'll be a fascinating side report, and it's always semi-subtle. Might not be as not subtle as Wemby was, kind of caught whatever he was saying, unless he was saying, hey, I know a good French restaurant, somewhere in Oklahoma City, which I doubt was the case. So it's a steely Oklahoma City team. It's a team that, in a championship defense year, they just go about their business, and, they just seem kind of regular in how they do it. And so a lot of times, it's in subtleties. I'm sure it's been discussed. I'm sure some of the big guys know about it. They've been very physical with Wemby. They have frustrated him throughout the series anyway. Maybe being on the road, that's going to be on the top of the list, is this might be the most physical game to, push the rules as far as the envelope allows in a chance to close them out in San Antonio.
Marc Kestecher with us, calling Game 6, Western Conference Finals tonight, Oklahoma City and San Antonio. In San Antonio with PJ and George Sedano on the call on ESPN Radio. So, Kesty, nobody has seen Oklahoma City more than you have the last couple of years. What is the impact that you see with Jalen Williams versus without Jalen Williams, and what's the latest that we're hearing on how that kind of situation is playing out?
Yeah, it's a test to their depth. Obviously, a lot of people who don't follow the Thunder closely didn't really know about A.J. Mitchell until he started going off against the Lakers in the second round. And although he didn't have as much success, and again, it was one game plus a little bit, and then he got hurt in game 2. That was big. That's a big loss on the offensive side. Every time we watch J-Dub warm up, it doesn't look like he's close to me. I could be wrong, but he's just going out there getting shots. I don't even really see him lifting off the court, just kind of getting to his tippy toes. So I don't know where he is coming into tonight. I don't know where he is if they advance and get a few days off before game 1 against the Knicks on Wednesday. But, a testament to the depth. I think we all kind of looked at each other when we saw Jared McCain in the starting lineup, and we're like, really? Is this the direction that we're going? And he goes 18 out of his 20 points in the second half. Kenrich Williams comes out of mothballs and, goes 3 for 3 off the bench and gives them, 11, 12 good minutes. It's a credit to Sam Presti that not only, does he have this embarrassment of riches, but like Isaiah Joe hasn't played, in weeks, it feels like, and he hit the most 3-pointers of anybody on Oklahoma City all season long. Like, they could bring him in, and I feel like he'll hit 6 3-pointers in a potential clinching game. And so, yes, they miss Jalen Williams a ton. They miss what A.J. Mitchell gave them with J-Dub out, and yet they have guys that they could just put in there and not only, take minutes up and help out, but actually thrive in many opportunities.
One of the hardest things to do is to put a good team away when their backs are against the wall, especially at home. But how do they get it done with, Dylan Harper struggling? We don't know if that oblique is still bothering him. And you talk about, what De'Aaron Fox is dealing with as well, with the high ankle sprain. Like, it seems like, ball handling is not at a premium. We watched Castle have outstanding games but have the turnovers because he's not a natural ball handler. How do they address those issues, and how do they, get this to a Game 7?
Yeah, it feels like my stock answer is always Wemby has to have something close to, what we saw in Game 1. I don't know if he needs 41 and 24, but he's going to have to be the guy. I give De'Aaron Fox a ton of credit. I don't know how he's, playing on what was reported to be a high ankle sprain. To us, it looks like north-south he's good. East-west is a little bit more difficult. He's definitely not 100%. Dylan Harper hasn't been the same since. They're going to have to hit some three-point shots. That has killed them in this series. You mentioned the turnovers. They've tamped down on that a little bit. But the funny thing about this series, and we could be seeing these same two teams in the Western Conference Finals for the next few years, is just how good they are defensively, there's no room when you try to pass. I mean, I don't know how many – I haven't charted deflections. I should ask the assistant coaches, how many deflections on each side? Because it feels like we have 100 per night in this series. And so It's a terrible answer, but I think it's the correct answer in this series. It's the team that brings the force, turns up the defense, turns over the other team, and takes advantage of those turnovers for points that has won every game in this series. And it's a great crowd here. They're going to get a lot of juice. OKC the last 2 years has not finished off their opponents in these situations. They lost in Denver in the second round in Game 6. They lost in Indiana, Game 6 of the finals last year, and then won both series at home. So, I think it's going to have to be a heroic Wemby response and the better defensive team, the one that is constantly turning over the other, is going to decide this one.
It feels cliche-ish, but, for Wemby, it just seems like growing pains. I can remember being a Pistons fan, Michael Jordan on The Last Dance, talking about how he just didn't have the energy to combat their physicality. And, Wemby's kind of been taken care of a little bit as they want to make sure that his long-term health is good with monitoring his minutes and things like that. But when you get to the playoffs, all that's out the wall because any means necessary. Is this just the growing pains for him? And if it does end today, it feels like they were a year early. How nuclear do they go, right? Because I feel like whoever loses wins because they're going to get desperate and maybe they compete for a guy like Giannis or they go out because they have so many assets and draft capital and great young players that they can trade for a legitimate superstar next to Wemby.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bart. I think it's the old narrative. You're right. If San Antonio loses, they don't win the last 2 games of this series, we're all just going to say they're poised, they're ready to go next year. This is the time-honored tradition of you got to get knocked down before you win the championship. We saw Oklahoma City lose to Dallas a couple of years ago, and Luka that went on to the NBA finals. It's fascinating to me, when you talk about Giannis or adding, big pieces. OKC has a ton of draft capital. We saw them give up, 3-4 picks, including a first rounder for Jared McCain for Philadelphia because they can and because they wanted that guy just in case, and he turned out to be big. And San Antonio's in the same spot, as you point out. They're kind of in this infancy of a team that can compete for a championship, and then you just wonder, do you want to mess with the chemistry? Oklahoma City hasn't yet, and they signed up their core, their big three, for the possibilities moving forward. And they have the pieces here in San Antonio. And do you want to alter that chemistry, and bring in, somebody who is at prime, a couple years into prime, and, how does that mess around with things? So the one thing we know is they have Sam Presti is, among the best, if not the best executive in the NBA. Brian Wright is a younger executive with San Antonio, following in the Greg Popovich, R.C. Slocum footsteps. And this is going to be a big time for them to see if they want to mess with that chemistry or if they want to, slightly build on what they have and take it, next year and see where it goes if they end up falling in the Western Finals.
Game 6 of the NBA Western Conference Finals tonight on ESPN Radio, right here on ESPN New York. Marc Kestecher joining us from San Antonio. He's on the call with PJ Carlesimo and George Sedano of the Spurs and the Thunder. So obviously the winner here is going to be facing the Knicks. The big knock that people, and by people I mean Bart, has on the Knicks is that they haven't really faced a tough test yet throughout the course of the playoffs. When you're comparing the West and the East, Kesty, how much of a step up is there going to be in competition for the Knicks when they face either of these teams next round?
Yeah, giant leap. Bart, you're right on it. I mean, the Red Sea's parted for the Knicks, and that's not to take anything away from New York. PJ and I did 3 of those 4 games against Philadelphia in round 2. We didn't get, obviously, Doris and Dave did Doris and Dave Pash did the East. So we're just watching that from afar. But yes, whomever they face could be a big step in competition. Obviously, they won't have home court advantage. They'll have been off for 8 days for whatever that means. But I will say this, I came into probably round 1 or round 2, and maybe all of us thinking this is the Western Conference Invitational this year. The winner of the West is the winner of the NBA Finals. And you can't say that anymore. I mean, not the way the Knicks have played, 11 straight wins, and not just 11 straight wins. The way they have won that, I'll tell you guys, you talk about it every day. That team's playing as well as we've ever seen it this year. Their confidence is as high as it's ever been this year. they get the benefit of resting. Maybe they have a little rust, but I think while San Antonio and Oklahoma City beat the crud out of each other, that benefits the Knicks as well. So I think it's going to be a fun finals, however it works out. But, yeah, giant step in competition after what they faced in the East.
And, Kesty, you're a Northeast guy, so this is the question I've been asking to people around here. You are a man of a certain age, which is pretty much my age.
Yes.
When you look at –
well put.
Yeah. Well, this is the question we've been asking today and getting a lot of different responses on. As you have watched the Knicks from those 90s Knicks to now, does Jalen Brunson, in just his fourth year as a Knick, pass Patrick Ewing if this Knick team wins a championship, just in terms of Knick lore?
That's an amazing question. Like the late George Carlin would say, I feel like no one has ever put those words together in the history of humanity because we've never had to. It feels like sacrilege to say. But did I hear if he wins the championship? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If he wins the championship, does he pass Patrick in Knicks lore?
I think just because, 1973, you say man of a certain age. I was born in 68. You probably were born maybe a little after that. I remember my father was a huge Phil Jaxson fan, and I can barely remember 1973, but that's the first memories I really have of anything sporting, with my dad, was the New York Knicks. And to think it's been that long and that 90s era, those are the guys. Those are the guys in our wheelhouse. And it feels like sacrilege to even say that with Patrick Ewing. But I think in an American culture where we, put championships above all, how many titles, how many rings do you have? That gives you carte blanche to be able to say that. I can't, again, I've never had to put those words together. Doesn't feel right, but Jalen Brunson, NBA champion, man.
Yeah.
That's a different take on it. That takes you to, Walt Frazier and Willis Reed and all those great players on the Knicks teams in the early 70s.
Kesty, you're the best. Have a great call tonight with PJ and George in San Antonio. Game 6, our coverage begins on ESPN Radio right here on ESPN New York at 8 o'clock Eastern. Enjoy it tonight, brother.
Kesty, 2 words for you. Digestive enzymes. If you're going to be eating all that stuff, make sure you take some digestive enzymes to get that gluten up out of you.
And here's the other thing, Peps, I would say to you, too. I know that you've heard the clip. What caused my nearly dying on the air was a Pepsid at one point, so lay off the Pepsid.
Lay off the Pepsid.
Yes.
All I know is I'm looking forward, hopefully, to seeing you guys since we'll be in New York, but I don't think my dietary intake improves any if I substitute Chris Carlin for PJ Carlos.
You'd be right.
You'll have type 2 diabetes by lunchtime.
Thanks, Kesty. Have a great call tonight.
You got it, guys.
That's Marc Kestecher, just a tremendous guy. He and PJ and George Sedano doing a fantastic job on ESPN Radio calling the Western Conference Finals. And Kesty is a Northeast guy, and that's why I asked the question at the end about this, because we're getting a lot of response on it at 800-919-3776 and also on the ESPN New York YouTube chat. Does Jalen Brunson immediately pass Patrick if, in fact, they win the championship? You got a little something from Samuel. Fill us in.
Absolutely, man.
Boy.
Listen, it's springtime, and people are outside, more active, and doing their thing. But if you're dealing with joint pain, back pain, or nerve pain, that can shut you down quick. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you, if you want to get rid of this stuff, call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. He's the guy to see. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no cuts, no long recovery, no relying on pain meds, just non-surgical image-guided treatments that get real results. Same day or next day appointments are available. Go to SandwellPain.com. Get right, get tight, and get back to living life.
I want to get to this one here real quick. Gilberto is in the truck, and he's on ESPN New York on the Thunder. Gilberto, what's going on, buddy boy?
What's up, my guys?
Yo.
I didn't call when the Knicks won because I didn't want Bart. He's my friend. It was just a competitive thing between his team and mine, So I backed off. I really wanted to, but I did hear the show. The only thing that I want to ask Colin right now, and Bart, you too, what's the narrative right now with these two teams?
Which two teams are we talking about? With the Knicks?
The Thunder.
No. With OKC and the Spurs. The OKC is always flopping. This is what you hear throughout the whole. Okay, and now because of the physical play on Victor, Wemby, okay? They're sending out Popeye and Suggs to lay elbows on the back of people's heads and all this. Like, what happened to just playing crisp, beautiful basketball? Like when you used to see, Jordan battle, the Lakers.
You mean get clothesline?
Are you talking about how many times did Jordan get hammered? And they had the Jordan rules. I mean, it's not. I mean, there was more physical back then, and now we're talking about thugs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is now it's supposed to be more fluid. And all you see
then watch an All-Star game.
But Gilberto, it always comes back to it always comes back to defense, though. It always comes back. Every team that wins, we always talk about this offense, but it always comes back to defense. And listen, you can say whatever you want to say about OKC, or you want to talk about the Spurs. They may be throwing some elbows and flopping, but man, they can get down and get in the stands. Dort and Caruso are crazy ball pressure type guys. And you talk about Hartenstein. We know his versatility. And Wemby's a defensive player. He may be the most disruptive defensive player we've ever seen since Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon.
Yeah.
You talk about the lane being closed and altering shots. The first couple of times when the Knicks went against him, it took him a couple quarters to figure out how to get their shots off because he can be the windshield wiper. The thing is, because he's come up and he's been on these restriction minutes, protecting his feet and stuff like that, you can't do that in the playoffs. You got to play a lot of basketball. He's never played this type of basketball. So the first time you do something, your body's not used to it. So he's breaking down. He's playing more basketball than he's ever played. He's tired, fatigued, and you got to keep leaning on his ass. But I think you're not going to get him. You're going to get the OKC, and they're rested. Hartenstein didn't play much these playoffs. He's playing now because they need him for the physicality against Wemby because he plays Wemby better than Chet. Wemby owns Chet. But, you talk about Hartenstein holding them in the physicality and Jalen Williams and all that type of stuff. But these don't get it twisted now. Don't get it twisted because they got stars that flop. Like Castle will get at your ass. Like, they got guys that are pit bulls, and we all know about Dort. He's turning into like a non-offensive Drew Holiday, which he has so much versatility. And Caruso is like that veteran, savvy guy that can get you buckets, not afraid of the moment. But man, you talk about the ball pressure he's had on Castle, picking his pocket multiple times with the upside-down headband.
If you are looking at this and watching Oklahoma City right now, the mentality with Victor is they can't call everything.
Exactly.
So we're going to be as physical as can be. They'll call plenty.
Yeah.
They can't call everything.
But don't think they some punks, though, either. That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
I think
they got skill, too.
I think they're talking about because Shea Gilly flops.
Yeah,
that they're not a tough team that can get in defensive stands. This is some of the best defensive basketball.
This is a tremendous defensive player or defensive team.
You just heard Kestecher talking about, man, this defense is crazy out there. There's no passing lanes. There's no room here. There's no room there. The Knicks haven't faced that. Like Brunson hasn't faced that.
Kev Chad, context is everything. Spurs got no chance without the entire Oklahoma City team flops. Oh, listen, they flop. There's no doubt. But there's a lot of flopping around the league, period. There's a lot of guys who do it.
Can we really talk about flopping when Brunson is like probably the number 2 flopper?
He leads the Eastern Conference.
Gilly. You know what I'm saying? I think he wears his hair like that just so you can get a better effect when his head flops back.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Here is Kevin in Hillsborough next on ESPN New York. What's up, Kev? How are you, bud?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much. How are you?
What up?
Here, just enjoying the day. Listen, you guys are great. Going back to the whole, Brunson and Ewing thing and what happens if Brunson wins the chip. I mean, you can't deny it. I'm 46 years old. I was, I grew up a Knicks fan my whole life. Patrick Ewing is one of my all-time favorite players. And you can't deny it in Knicks lore that he is probably, if not the number one man. I mean, you could say Willis Reed and Frazier, obviously, but it was statistically wise. Patrick Ewing has the most points, right? The other part is that you talk about those two guys, Willis Reed and Frazier, they have the chips.
Yeah.
And Patrick doesn't. So that's where he falls down to number 3.
Well, that's where now, listen, Patrick is absolutely number 3. I don't think there's anybody who's debating
4?
that.
Does he go to do we drop the number 4 if Brunson is able to close the deal?
That's the thing right there. If Brunson is able to close the deal, which I know he will, he has to, because what do we do these days? Nowadays, we compare everybody, buy a chip. How many chips do we have? And if Brunson is able to bring this one chip to us, he has to fall down. Now, the other thing is, not only he brings the chip, but the way he brought the chip.
That's the thing.
In this run, the way we've been dominating, Patrick never dominated. Even the teams where he had, he never dominated to get to that point to where we were in the finals in '94 and in '99. There was never a stretch that way. But Brunson has done that. That's number one.
But the crazy part, Kev, who else gets elevated? Like, I mean, because Cat's going to be around. If they win a championship, they're going to pay Cat his extension.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So he's going to be here. He's going to continue to put up numbers. And then
Cat would have a lot of work. Cat would still have a lot of work to do to be anywhere near. I mean, first of all, Brunson's got a couple of years on him, having been here. Secondly, I mean, I think we'd all agree Brunson's been far and away the number one player as opposed to Cat being the number two. Cat would have a lot of work to do before he would ever pass Patrick. Yeah, with, like, it would be a minimum of 2 titles, and then what else does he have?
I mean, you have to ask yourself, what was Willis' numbers like?
Go back and look, man. Those were really good numbers.
But what I'm saying is Cat averages about 20-something a game. His double-double streak's going to go crazy. Mm-hmm. And he's going to have a championship, and they're going to go to the playoffs. I think if they win and Cat gets his extension, then Brunson gets his extension, I think that's the beginning of the end because they're going to become too expensive, and they're not going to have enough draft picks to be able to get quality draft picks. I think that would be the beginning of the end, and that would be the height of it because they won't be able. They'll maybe have a year or two where they can compete. They'll start losing a lot of people.
A lot of people chiming in on the chat. Number 2 flopper in the league is more Doncic than Brunson, which might be true. We just haven't seen Luka in a bit.
Okay. He's top 5. Okay, Brunson's top 5 flopper
he is.
in the league, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
We were saying top in the East, and that may still be the case.
See, this is the thing, man. Like, if they play OKC, who's Brunson going to – he's going to get Dort because Dort isn't like an offensive guy. But if they bring McCain in and start McCain, and Brunson to attack them on the offensive end.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, does Brunson immediately pass Patrick if the Knicks win a championship this year? Get the comments in on the YouTube channel and get your calls in at 800-919-3776.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. Did you know that Social Security disability takes a bite out of every one of your paychecks? So when they deny your claim, bite back. I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I'm proud to announce our first ever Social Security Disability webinar. It's happening on June 3rd at 1 o'clock. In just 1 hour, you'll learn your rights, understand the appeals process, and find out how our experienced SSD attorneys can help you get the benefits you've earned. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Register now by calling 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, or go online to daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. That's daglawteam.com/SSD webinar. D'Agostino Law is here to bite back, to fight back, to get you the SSD benefits you've earned. Register today at 1-800-248-3222.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
You're getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're the reader.
Okay, I'll hire a tutor to learn the French word for sun, then the words to negotiate real estate, then I'll buy my own French library.
And to think you just wanted to reread a book. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is the Michael K. Show.
How could you take any credit away from the Knicks? How? Other than the fact that you're looking for things to hate. The Knicks have beaten the teams that are in front of them. They can't request to play better teams. Maybe they've made the teams that they beat look bad because they're so good. How about that? They made them look like high school players because the Knicks have played at a level that we can't even comprehend.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. We believe going solar should be simple, and it should make real financial sense. We manage the entire process from start to finish and offer flexible solar payment options designed around your goals. When the numbers work, solar can lower your monthly cost and give you predictable energy for decades. And if you refer someone who installs with us, you can earn up to $1,000. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, June 20th as we celebrate Aaron Judge winning the 2025 American League Most Valuable Player Award. It's Aaron Judge MVP Bobblehead Day, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a special bobblehead commemorating Judge's MVP season. The Yankees take on the Cincinnati Reds Saturday, June 20th. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
This whole season has been about getting back to this point. Now, was it a broken road? Yes, of course it was. But all along, they knew the edict was, we've got to get back to this point because that's where we should have been last year. So they're just where they should be right now. And I feel the same exact way.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMART for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code SMART. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMART for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMART.
Arf, arf. X gonna give it to you. Brunson gonna give it to you. Arf, 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 arf.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. A lot of reaction to this. With Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content and the ESPN app, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access and start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place. 800-919-3776. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. Is Brunson immediately passing Patrick Ewing with a championship? Listen, I know it's tough. We all guys like my age all romanticize what happened in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to make this about titles, this is happening. This is absolutely the case. And it's nothing against Patrick. He got as close as you can get, but he didn't get over the hump. We wouldn't be having this talk today if they won Game 7 in 94. That's it. We wouldn't be having this talk yet.
If he'd have dunked it.
Oh, that's separate, but that's separate.
Oh, okay.
Dunk the ball!
7-13. He rolled it.
But that's not his fault. I'm talking about Game 7 of the finals was not his fault. Alex in Patterson, New Jersey is up on ESPN New York. Alex, what's going on?
Hey, Carlin. Hey, Bart. First-time caller, long-time listener. And I'm just, my original thought was to piggyback off of pretty much what everyone else said. I was just online too long. I couldn't get it through. But we live in a world where we measure everyone by championships. And why don't we put Barkley in Tim Duncan's category? Because he doesn't have the hardware. So for the Knicks fans, for the Knicks fan base to be waiting pretty much a half a century for a title, if Brunson brings that title to New York, it automatically puts him ahead of Patrick. I'm 40 years old. I grew up watching the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I grew up watching the Knicks, and I've been able to see Brunson. And I'm not even a Knicks fan, but Brunson makes me look forward to watching the Knicks play. And one real quick point I think that people are not taking into consideration is the $100+ million that he left on the table to make that team better. That's not something he needed to do, but he did to put him and the organization in the best position to win. I don't ever remember Patrick.
Patrick, listen, it's not a knock on Patrick, okay? This was something that Patrick got every penny. And that's fine. But it's not like I can't expect everybody to be Brady.
Yeah. Peyton Manning wasn't that. That's why he only has 2 championships and not 5.
Drew Brees was not that.
Yeah.
And Brady was that because Brady was so far and above in terms of being able to make money off the field, and his wife at the time was making more money than he was.
But Brady came in with a deficit, though, because he was a 6th-round draft pick, so he didn't get paid the first 4 years of his contract, his year, so he left.
Yeah.
Like, if he would have came in like Peyton Manning, remember, was probably making – Peyton Manning, before Brady started getting paid, was probably up $100 million.
Sure.
$150 million.
Because, again, that was before the time where they had
slotted.
Yeah,
right. So
the slotted things in the
number
draft
one
picks.
player. He became the highest paid player right there. So he probably – He had Brady, but Brady didn't care because Brady had money to chase when he won his first Super Bowl. He never cashed in. He kept giving the money back because he knew that legacy was more important and more valuable than that money up front. He saw the long-term money.
Now, if he's not a billionaire now, though, he's close. He's very close to being a billionaire if he's not.
I mean,
he's
damn near that just from Fox.
Almost halfway home on one contract.
Right, on one contract with Fox.
Jason in Paterson, New York is up next on ESPN New York. What's going on, Jason?
Chris, and oh, my God, it's so great talking to you. Thank you so much, Bart, for the time. But hear me out, man. I'm a big Knicks fan. I'm 47 years old. Here's what I think. Brunson will never be Pat because of the fact that we live every game with Patrick Ewing. You got to understand, in the 90s, yes, it was a big fight with the Bulls. But not only that, let's go back to the college where Patrick Ewing didn't win it. So he
won a championship in college.
Brunson won a championship in college too.
No, but Ewing fought. It was him and Jordan in the game. You know, yes, he did win. I apologize the way I said it. What I was trying to say is we never won anything after that. And we were playing Jordan, who was the toughest defender, toughest everything. So there was grittiness. There was we wanted to see every game, and also we were in every game. And what I mean by that is these guys played their hardest. When I'm saying is the Ewings, obviously the Masons, all those guys. But the end result is Ewing, I think Brunson will never be Ewing. He has done some amazing stuff for us.
Hold up, Jason. You're romanticizing about the time of your era. These kids don't care nothing about what you care about. These kids ain't romantic.
But let me give him his credit, though. Let me give Brunson his credit. For the first time, he's brought New York back in a different way. Listen,
in a better way.
Win 11 games straight and beat teams in the playoffs with 23 points. Pat has never done that. Agreed. And you know what? For the first time, New York, we broke a record. I'm tired of other teams breaking records on us, dropping 40 points, 50 points at the Garden, and it was never a New York moment.
Jason, you sound like a get off my lawn old man. You can't be that way. These kids that never seen Patrick Ewing don't care about that. When you put the resumes up, you're going to say, hey, like you can't say because Jordan was there, so anybody that even competed with Jordan is great because he's the greatest of all time. Because if Brunson wins, he's beating a 2-time MVP.
Yeah.
In his prime, with a great team, with the deepest team in basketball. So like nobody cares about Jordan's the greatest player ever. When you talk about Shea Gilly, if he wins, is on the same trajectory as LeBron was for a 2-year run, meaning that he's probably going to win a championship and win MVP back to back. Like to them, he's the big bad wolf.
And you can't use the Jordan argument when Patrick was in a Game 7 to win a championship when Jordan wasn't there. In other words, the opportunity was there, and I'm not blaming him, but he didn't get there.
He didn't get it done. You either get it done, but nobody cares about your circumstances when you get there and you fall short. You have to accept that and you have to own that. And he didn't get it done. And if Brunson gets it done, you mean to tell me he just went through what he went through and he came here with a team. He built the team up. He's responsible for putting his team together. He's responsible for this team because he took a pay cut, and he gets it done over a 2-time MVP, a team that we thought was going to be we think is going to be the next dynasty like Golden State. If OKC wins 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 6, that's going to be a dynasty.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York YouTube channel. And want to remind you that you should subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube. You can stream the full Weekday Lineup live. You can watch complete replays. You can catch up fast with can't-miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, make your voice part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube now and stay locked in so you never miss a moment. And there are plenty of good comments coming in on the ESPN New York YouTube channel as we speak. It's been 50 years since the Knicks here, period. If Brunson brings a championship after waiting 50 years, Brunson jumps over all of them except for Clyde and Willis Reed. And I think that's probably fair.
50 years. You talk about reminding signs about a guy because that won games but didn't win a championship. Y'all been waiting for 50 years and the guy comes and get it done. And you tell me he don't elevate?
And as a Knick, averaging nearly 30 a game in the postseason, just as a Knick. 800-919-3776. You can get involved there. I also got a weird question for you because this one kind of burns me, and it came up earlier today. I want you to consider it during a break. And you as a fan, I want you to consider this, just in general, if you do this with your team. Your team makes it to the championship round. Are you buying any conference championship swag? That's what I want to know. Like right now, are you out buying Eastern Conference champion swag? I want to know that. Hang on. 800-919-3776. Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And these boats are the fastest boats in the world, racing with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool, and it's going to be so electric in New York. And it's our home event this year, so we're pumped.
We are pumped as well, Taylor. We appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends tomorrow. Take the test.
You've been stuck inside all winter. Now it's time to get back out walking, working, and living. But if you have joint pain, sciatica, back pain, and still holding you back, you don't have to live like that. I'm Bart Scott, and Dr. J. Shaw at Soundwell Pain is the real deal. Ivy League trained, double board certified with non-surgical treatments that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no pain medication. Just a smart, targeted approach to get you moving again. Same day or next day appointments are available. Go to SoundwellPain.com. Don't let pain vent you this spring.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals.
And the 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. 4 wins away from an NBA championship.
This group got tighter and more accountable as the days got closer to June.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including Verizon, ThriveWell Infusion, BetMGM, and London Jewelers on ESPN New York.
Little Rosenberg appearance on First Take today. Little Peter situation. Breaking down the Knicks. I have nothing wise-ass to say.
Represent
Good for Peter.
For us, son. Represent.
He's on there with our guy Fortenbaugh. All right. 800-919-3776. Like, it's clear. I've asked the question a couple of times. Does Peter get lost? And they just kind of see him. Oh, he must be here. You know what? Come on in. Just sit here. You don't want you to be lost like a lost little kid. But no, it's clear. Like, they want him on, and it's good.
I always like to see him in a suit because it feels like a suit's uncomfortable for him.
See, he doesn't look like one of those guys to me. Like, you know those guys where you see them and they're wearing a suit and, like, you know, you just know how uncomfortable that guy is. I used to be one of those guys, but then I wore a suit every day for a long time.
Yeah.
And I kind of got used to it. But, like, you know the guys in your life that when you see them wearing a suit, somebody died.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's the only way they're doing it.
Or it's Easter and he owes his grandmother or something.
Exactly. You know, I got to show up for grandma.
Yeah.
No, I honestly believe that Peter's not that guy. Who's that guy around here?
No, he doesn't seem comfortable. I'm looking at how he puts his suits together. His suits don't look like they like it's like, oh man, I got this tie and I'll just put it with that. Don't look like he has like a whole suit game. Like he hasn't invested in like, let me have a whole bunch of suits.
Oh, well, no, I don't think that's true because I've heard him plug whoever's tailors are on the air before.
Well, he probably got a deal, but it's probably like a 5-suit package deal. And then like he got he ain't got the depth.
All right, well, he's not laying out the Bart Scott money for the suits. He's not Jay Wright. He's not doing that. But I don't think he's got the cheap stuff either. Listen, he's not going to big and fat like me.
Yeah.
All right, I can guarantee you that.
It definitely looks like it's off the rack.
I'll tell you, the Men's Warehouse, that's kind of one of those defining lines for me. If I can go into the Men's Warehouse and be confident that the size is going to be in there, then I've done some good things.
Then you're going to like the way you look?
I guarantee it.
That's right. See, those his suits look like they're off the rack.
Oh, okay, but like, what's wrong with that? They could be off the rack.
It's nothing wrong with that, but you can tell like when somebody like says, "Hey, this is part of my," because like he's on TV, he's on radio, but he's not in a lot of places where he has to wear a lot of suits.
Right.
Like so,
I'm talking about the guys that just look uncomfortable no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what the Ben what's his name, Ben McAdoo. They look like you've wears a suit that's 8 sizes too big for him.
Yeah, that's because
he never wears a suit.
Right. It's because like, oh, now I'm the head guy. Oh, let me get my one suit that I used to go to the banquet with when I was in college.
Yeah. See, I don't think Peter looks like that. I'm gonna give him a little more credit than that. I think Rothenberg might be that guy. Like if Dave walked in here wearing a suit,
he has no reason.
It's definitely headed to or from a funeral.
No
doubt.
He has no reason to ever really wear a suit.
Not really. And that's part of it.
Right. And so, like, Peter does TV sometimes.
But he also does all the WWE stuff.
But that's WWE. You're around some dudes that can't dress. Outside of Cody Rhodes, those dudes dress like crap.
But every time I've seen him on there, Peter's always wearing a suit on WWE.
See, but is it black suit? You know what I'm saying? It's a black suit.
Listen, we're not all people that have tailors for the NFL today when we were doing it,
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's because I had to invest a lot in suits because I knew I was going to be on TV a lot. When you don't, you maybe have like 5 suits that you rotate, change the top, change it.
I was
a
5-suit rotate guy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So when
I was doing it every day.
So when I look at Peter's tie combination, it was like this will go. And it's like, let me switch it up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, all right, man, this is one of my.
All right, so maybe I was that guy. I thought I got past it and I wasn't.
Yeah, it's like, he's like the suit today looked like he was like, let me make this suit look cool. And he's like, it's too many patterns. You know what I'm saying?
There was one suit I ever got from a tailor, and that was my wedding suit. And that was it. And like, other than that, every other suit has either been.
See, now, was that suit bought and then they customized it to you?
No. Like a friend of mine had his
from
suit
scratch.
guy.
Oh, okay, from scratch.
Yeah, and he actually measured me and did it from scratch.
See, that's
different. That suit was like, but it wasn't a $5,000 suit. It was a wedding suit. I probably paid.
That could be a couple grand.
$700. It wasn't even that. It might have been between $700 and $800.
It's the patience. You know what I mean?
And that's a long time ago.
He could have sold that for a couple grand. You know what I'm saying? But it was the patience to go through the process. Not every suit that's custom is super expensive. I got suits that cost me a lot. I got suits that are made from people that that I know that just want to give you a good suit.
My point is, I'm happy buying the suit off the rack. If I need to get it,
I'm surprised
let out a little bit. That's what I'll do.
I'm surprised you can buy a suit off the rack. That's
my point. Is that it's either, and I believe they're owned by the same people. Is it a Destination XL day or is it a Men's Warehouse day?
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, when you have to get that suit done, it's so much work that got to get done to have it brought in, and the inseam, the crotch brought in, the seat let out, and all that stuff. You might as well just get it done from scratch.
I want to share this with you real quick, because it's Giants news.
I sound like a snob, did I?
You always sound like a close snob, but people expect that from you because look at who you are. You're Bart Scott. People expect you to, well, not a closed snob.
Yeah,
but
I am a closed snob. I'm a fabric guy.
People understand this. Here's the thing. People expect.
I got polka dots
big time.
On today. Let me show my
don't show me the polka dot. Okay, you got them on your shorts, not on your underwear. I thought you were about to show me your underwear again.
No, man.
Well, that's so outrageous. You've shown me the trails in terms of the body hair that hasn't been cut.
I got stars on my underwear.
Yes, again, I don't care. It looks great.
Let's not raise the shirt up at all, please.
I got it. I got my undershirt tucked in my underwear.
Can I get to the news?
Yes,
There's actually news.
All right, please.
All right. Everybody, shutty. Chunky's going to talk with something important. This is from Mike Garafolo.
Ooh, that's
of
serious.
NFL Network and now ESPN.
Nice with us now.
Yeah. Giants quarterback Jaxson Dart addressed teammates in a meeting yesterday to discuss his introduction of President Trump last week. Sources tell me and Ian Rappaport. Other team leaders spoke up as well, and Dart and the players worked through it. They are moving forward. Jordan Raanan followed that up with, sources told me among the topics discussed was keeping things internal and not airing frustrations publicly. The Giants do not think this is something that is problematic now or moving forward. Well, of course the Giants don't think of that.
It's a learning experience,
But here's the other problem, though. Hang on.
Gesundheit. He had to address it, and we knew he had to because some of his teammates going to rub you the wrong way. And
here's one problem with the whole thing, though.
With. Yeah.
Here's one. Abdul Carter, not in attendance for that meeting.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
I don't want to hear it, dog.
He had a religious obligation that was pre-planned. He's back in the building today. So certainly he was made aware of it.
It's not Ramadan or nothing like that, is it?
I don't know. I don't know what his religion is.
Okay, I don't want to speculate either.
Listen.
I'm telling you because.
Do you think this is going to be a thing?
Nah, but listen.
I don't think once we get to the season, this is a thing. Listen, nobody's going to be pointing to this if they lose a game.
But it's not that. But it's a level of closeness, and it can split a locker room. A lot of people are being hurt, and a lot of people are not doing well. And people always assume that because you're doing well, you're not sensitive to the facts of things that are happening to people that are not as privileged as you, when you need to look no farther than your family. because you're doing well, but now you're being stressed out because your family is dealing with issues from things that are happening, unemployment, whatever it is, gas costs, cost of living, all that stuff. People hurting out here in these streets. And, like, just because you don't feel it don't mean that it ain't being felt, because your family could be a family that it doesn't affect. Not everybody comes from
means.
Yeah, means or middle class. Some people are lower class, and when lower class and things get hard, people can't afford to do a lot of things, and it stresses the hell out of you as a person. Like, so, like, I never voted with my wallet, right? I never voted like, hey, let me vote because this is good for me, and it's going to make sure that I pay as less taxes as possible because, yeah, it may help me, but it's going to hurt my family, so I'm going to have to pay and help them, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do what's best for them because what's best for them is best for me because it doesn't stress me out because they can be independent.
My whole thing on all of this is, number one, Dart and Carter are both at fault on the public front, okay? Because Dart, on whether or not, whatever Dart believes is fine, okay? But you have
a right.
But you have to understand two things. Number one, you can do whatever you want. It's a free country, and that's fine. But there are going to be consequences for it.
I have a right to have an opinion about it.
Exactly. And as politically charged a climate as we are in right now, you can't do that and expect to not get reaction from it. And frankly, and this happens on both sides, I'm not just saying on one side, obviously Jaxson Dart was being used in that moment. And it's a great idea. Oh, I get to introduce the president. That's fine. He's still a kid where he's not thinking about the bigger picture, how that might be a problem. But then at the same time,
he's trying to get plugged. He's trying to get in. He's trying to get in good too.
At the same time, Abdul Carter doesn't need to make that public either. Abdul Carter didn't need to do that.
But
so they're both wrong to me.
Yeah, he felt like he had to make it. You made a public statement. I'm gonna make a public statement about your public statement. I didn't, like for real, dog.
That's what I'm talking about when you say there are consequences when you do something. So I'm not going to blame Jaxson Dart alone. I'll blame Carter too, but I'm not going to blame Carter alone, like I've heard, which is just beyond stupid. That's just, if you're trying to say you're not coming from a political side, you're going to blame one guy over another, then obviously you're coming from a political side.
It would have been the same energy from the different side if Abdul Carter introduced Louis Farrakhan. We would have had to say, like, well, whoa, for real, dude? That's how you feel? Those are your beliefs? Or even Madami or somebody that's, that's sensitive to like what's going on with the war and all that stuff over there in Gaza and all that stuff.
We'll all
or if somebody would have introduced, hey, free Palestine, somebody would have been pissed off about that.
And it won't be a thing come football season.
Nah.
At all.
But it can't stop you
understand that when you do certain things and you are a public person, you have to know what the consequences are going in.
And here's the thing, man. Like, this kid just needs to stay out the way. Like, you don't need to be involved in nothing right now. You need to focus on making sure that we can win some games. Like, I didn't like his comments about, oh, we're going to be tough or I'm not going to change my game. It seems arrogant. We never had to deal with any of this type of stuff from that position with Daniel Jones and Eli Manning. Always going to say the right things, always going to do the responsible things, always going to do something that wasn't polarizing. And this kid is a loose cannon. He's more like Jim McMahon than he is like Eli Payton or any other of the quarterbacks or Drew Brees. This dude is I think he can be a loose cannon. I think they're going to have to rein this guy in to get him to focus on the task and be just out of the news. Because you can see him doing something stupid on a boat or something. Like, if he did something on a boat, it would seem like on brand. Like, him and Scatterboo seems like two, like they seem like the fraternity that was on Revenge of the Nerds. And he's Ogre, and he's the dude that played on Married with Children.
Ogre just passed away. Did you see that?
Yeah. I saw with the blood sport thing. Yeah.
Love Ogre.
Nick! Where's Booger? Did Booger die yet?
No. Why do you make it sound like it's a foregone conclusion that
because Booger's old too.
What's his name? Stevenson, I think. I forget what his name is. Charles.
I just remember they had the burping contest.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
The 2026 U.S. Open Tennis Championships are back, where the world's greatest city meets the world's greatest tennis players. Fan Week begins August 23rd. Experience the Mixed Doubles Championship on the 25th and 26th. And the U.S. Open Singles Championship starts Sunday, August 30th. All tickets on sale today at noon at usopen.org. The U.S. Open. Spectacular awaits.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
This is your home for the Eastern Conference champion New York Knicks and the NBA Finals. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code ADVANCE to borrow up to $10,000.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Yes. It is noon on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. 800-919-3776. Bart and Carlin with you on this Thursday. And noon means what?
It's the power hour.
7.
Hey, Tom, let's try this one more time. Listen, don't come out too hard.
So,
let it build up. I want you to breathe through your nose, and you don't have to say it loud, right? In the microphone, it's going to be amplified.
Well, no, if I don't say it like that, I sound wimpy. That's the problem, and that's why I go for quality over quantity. I thought I was doing a little bit better job. I went from 5 earlier in the week to 6 to 7.
So. I didn't have any problem with what you just did.
Let me show you, Tom. Blow out, then take a deep breath in, and then, when you got enough oxygen, just go power hour. Your voice is loud enough. You don't have to, rattle your voice. Sound like somebody choking you. You're trying to say help. Just power hour.
Okay, I'll go no rasp.
Yeah, so just deep breath. Set him up, Carlin. Because I don't want him to get nodes on his vocal cords like singers that sing out of range. Yeah. You're singing out of range, Tom. You're too young. I want you to be able to have a long career. One day you might want to come from behind the booth to in front of the booth. You know what I'm saying? Dahmer podcast or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where you go over murder mysteries, like how he did it and how you would do it.
Well, thank you for that vote of
Tom
confidence.
Bauer, if I did it.
Right.
Tom Bauer. No, actually, that's not a terrible idea.
If it was me.
Tom Bauer. Name of the podcast, How I Would Do It. And he just takes all of the serial killers and says, this is how I would have done it and not gotten caught.
If it was me.
Play on words.
No,
you guys are killing me right now.
if it was me, or if I did it, has already been used.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yep.
That was used for a book already, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Jay.
Anyway, I know. 800-919-3776. It's noon on ESPN New York, and that means what?
It's the Power Hour.
See, there you go.
There's 11 for Brunson, baby.
You
Finals
feel me?
MVP.
You feel me? And see what I'm saying? Now you can talk your stuff, dog. Talk your stuff, dog.
I don't think it sounded good, though.
I don't think it sounded good either. I think it stunk. You should go back to what you were doing before. Quality over quantity.
All right. So remember when like Homer Simpson used to choke Bart? That's what it sounds like with his tongue. We might need to explore that if I've done it.
It is noon and it is Thursday, which means it's time for High Noon.
It's High Noon.
Sam Chisholm.
My name is Sam Chisholm. I'm a duly sworn warrant officer of the Circuit Court in Wichita, Kansas.
Well, there we go. It is Thursday. It is time for High Noon. And what it is simply 3 questions that Bart and I will theoretically disagree on, and we will argue them away in short order.
Round 1, fight! If the Knicks win the title, after Jalen Brunson, which Knick could get their number retired next?
Ooh. So after Jalen, what Knick would get their number retired next?
It would have to be Cat. Cat is the biggest guy. He's the biggest name, the biggest brand, and it kind of goes to where you were picked. He was picked number 1 overall. He was brought in here. He was the big piece move. The second move that they made after Brunson. I mean, he's playing at a high level. He's from the area. You know what I mean? Like, we love his dad. We know his history, his family, grew up here, all that. Yeah, it's definitely Cat.
I actually think it could be OG. I think it could be OG, and I think Cat's the most logical answer, but I'll say OG simply because of the popularity, simply because of what OG does on both ends of the floor, and because he is able to score at the level that he's able to, that he's capable of, and play a higher level of defense. Now, Cat's defense this year has been very good, but we've always been critical of Cat's defense overall. I think OG would actually be the guy that you would retire his number first before it would be Cat.
Like, OG's like the D.D. Gregorius. Like, people just love him because he's quiet. No, what I'm saying is because he's quiet, like all that type of stuff. But Cat's the better player. We all know he's a bigger brand.
I think he's a bigger brand, but I'm talking about a fan popularity thing.
Yeah, but fan popularity don't go into, like, who goes. Like, it usually goes the way it's supposed to go, and it's usually the guy that's picked the highest, like the first-round draft pick, and that would be Cat.
All right.
Round 2. Fight! Would you buy Knicks Eastern Conference champion swag before you know the results of the finals?
Hell no. You're not about to laugh at me. It's like the people that bought the Buffalo Bills going to the Super Bowl crap, and then they lost 4 years in a row. Like, it's some kids over in Indonesia that think the Bills is the greatest dynasty in the history of the NFL, not knowing that they just give the losing T-shirts to any country.
I will also say no, but for a different reason. It's not about being made fun of by other people. I was guilty of this in my fandom at one point after my team went to the World Series twice.
Rangers, put it out there. Tell people who your team is.
The Rangers
Don't be trying to hide behind.
No, but nobody really cares that much. It's 2010, 2011. But the premise is that of you go to the finals, and for the Rangers, I bought the World Series hats, right? The ones that say World Series on the side. But I bought them before they won it. Like, it's just the ones that they wore while they're participating in it. All those are now are an ugly reminder sitting in my closet, and I never wear them. I don't want to be reminded of losing those 2 World Series. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know about it. All it does is remind me of the ugliness of losing to the Cardinals in Game 6 with just butchering that game all over the place. No, it's not about anybody else saying a word to me. It's about my brain and having to face that loss each and every day when that's in my closet. No, absolutely not. And I think I'll take it a step further. Not to drive anybody out of business here, but you buy that? I don't know how much you're about championships if you're buying that. That's all.
I mean, when you haven't been there 50 years, I mean, shouldn't you enjoy it?
It was a reason it used to be, Sports Illustrated making it about the world champion, not about the conference champions.
Listen, I'm just saying, like, it looked like Tom. No, never bought none of that stuff.
Oh, like conference finals merch?
Yeah.
No.
What about would you buy any merch right now about the Knicks making the finals, being conference champions?
Absolutely not. It has to be they need to win the finals, and then I'll get the merch. I mean,
so you're going to go back and buy Eastern Conference Finals after they won the championship? Is it on sale at Dick's or something? What are we talking about?
I mean, listen, I would take advantage of that sale. I don't have millions of dollars sitting around like Peter Rosenberg and Bart Scott.
But you can go to the Snot concert.
Yeah, that was only like $30.
Wow.
So it's a T-shirt.
Right, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Snot.
I just could never bring myself.
What does Snot stand for?
No, it's just Snot. It doesn't stand for anything.
Oh, wow. Wow.
They're a legendary band.
Question number 3. Easy on legendary.
Round 3, fight. What's the most nervous you ever got before a big game or event?
Can I play this again since Bart was talking?
What's the most nervous you ever got before a big game or event?
I asked this because Rays pitcher Jonathan Heasley last night was making his first MLB start of 2026. Vomited twice on the mound.
Twice?
Twice.
Oh, my God. Did he throw a strike after that?
3 pitches into his debut.
Hold up. He threw the pitch and he still was nervous?
3 pitches in, he vomited. Yes.
What were the 3 pitches?
I don't know.
Like, was it a strike? Like, how you going to be nervous if you threw a strike? You should feel good after that.
I don't know about any of that. All I'm telling you is that's what happened.
Did they win the debut? Did he win?
Did the Rays win last night? They lost me at vomited.
I've got audio, I believe, of this. Joe Leo's telling me.
You do? Okay.
Oh, we sure do.
Let's play it.
From Rays TV. Here we go.
Rays TV. Hit it.
29 years of age. In the majors with the Royals, 21, 22, 23, 36 overall appearances. Spent some time in the rotation back in 2022 with Kansas City. 12-year skipper, Kevin Cash. Oh. Not feeling so hot out on the hill. You could tell that he was feeling some discomfort after those first couple of pitches to Kobe Mayo, and then he asked for a moment.
I hope that set the scene for you.
But this is the thing. Are they coming out and throwing out more kitty litter or something to cover that up? Because if I'm the other opposing guy, I don't want to step on that.
No, I mean, you got to do something to clean that up, right? They got bombed 11-2. He gave up 5 runs on 8 hits and struck out only 2 batters in 4 innings.
Man, could you imagine being a player like, man, we out there and Willie Beeman can't even hold his stuff down, embarrassing us as an organization.
Well,
throw a damn strike.
He later confirmed that he has a weak stomach, which caused him to vomit while pitching in the past. He emphasized that it's not a cause for concern, as he is always okay during these episodes and can continue pitching.
What is he, a German Shepherd? Got a tender tummy? What the hell are we
But let me ask you something. Have you ever, what's the most nervous you ever got before a game, before something in your life, your wedding, whatever it was? What's the most nervous you ever got? And have you ever had that kind of reaction to that?
You ever saw like Any Given Sunday?
Yeah, well,
then when he was when he was like, stop it, coach, you're gonna have a heart attack. I don't have heart attacks, I give them. I don't get nervous. I make other people nervous. What the hell are we talking about nervous? I didn't care. I would run it down kickoff. Somebody's about to die. I wait my whole life for this. What the hell I'm going to be nervous for? Don't you train? Come on, Cookie. Give me my 12. Sitting up here throwing up. I got a weak stomach. Better drink some Atlanta or something. You know, throwing up out here embarrassing your family and your team. Dude out here throwing up. Hey, what the hell, man?
How about when you became a father? Did you ever get really nervous about that?
Man, I was in there playing Push It. My girl was mad as hell. I was in there playing Salt and Pepper. Push it. Da-da-da-da. And I was eating steak. She was hungry as hell. So what? Push that out. The man do all the work anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
the man do the work, and the man is responsible for most of the DNA for the woman. The man do all the stuff. Woman get 1 egg. Man shoot off 1 billion.
Okay, at any rate, I'm sorry I brought that up.
That's for real, son. Like I was in there playing da 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 da. The man, the dogs were there high-fiving.
She's got to carry it for 9 months and then
dish
out a bowling ball. Like, what are you? You're doing all the work. You're not doing jack.
No, I'm talking about for the development. Like the men are more important to get the baby to be able to get to conception.
So, at any rate, have you guys ever felt really nervous before something big happened?
Hell no.
Clearly not. I used to.
Some people just wired different, Tom. Like, anybody, what am I nervous for, Tom? I've been training my whole life for this.
Well, I mean, I used to throw up before exams in college.
Why?
Here's the thing. My freshman year of college, I didn't do any work, okay? Especially my third term. I told you, I got a 0.8, all right? My third term. I didn't go to class. I was pledging. It was the dumbest thing in the world, and I took a year off because of that.
Okay.
And deservedly so. When I went back, I was so nervous about screwing it up again that whenever I had exams, specifically exams, because I could write papers without a problem. But if I had an exam, and you go to a lot of these exams, it's worth like half your grade. You know, you go take a final or a midterm, and it's worth like a lot. I would absolutely get that worked up and get sick before the exam, even if I had studied my ass off, which usually, again, when I went back, I had.
You just taking your Adderall?
No, I didn't. There were a couple of kids in my, lived where I lived in the house that I was that had it, but I never took it.
I've never had it before, man. I need some. I want to try it.
I knew a kid who was like one of the first kids to smash it up and snort it.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being, I used to throw up before exams. Joe Leo, you ever get nervous you throw up?
Not nervous to the point of throwing up, but feeling like it, yeah. I would say the biggest would be probably the last race that I had in college as a swimmer. I wanted to do well because I knew that was the last time that I would ever compete.
Yeah.
And I ultimately ended up doing well, but just that nervous energy of, this is it. Yeah. If I don't play, if I screw this up, there's no second chance.
Well, man, I would have looked at it like, man, this is my last one. I'm about to give it everything I got. No fear, no pain. Man, I wish you would have told me, man. I would have introduced you to Michael Phelps. He would have let you smoke some weed. You'd have been calm as hell. He a weed head.
Tom, you ever get so nervous you threw up?
I've thrown up from heat exhaustion before when I played as a kid.
God. No, that's not, again.
Oh my God, are you allergic to grass too? Oh my God, get this dude an EpiPen. Oh my God.
I was going to say is I never threw up from nerves, but I did have like a huge pit in my stomach from being nervous before.
For what?
For what? I was a kid playing baseball in a championship game.
You losing a Little League championship?
Like you said, man, some people are wired different. You're wired different than we are.
Also,
I never got nervous for any championship games or anything like that, though. I played in like Little League championship games and like one county tournament game in high school, and that was it. Like never anything beyond that.
Tom, come on, man. Take you out with a bow and arrow, man, and tell you like they take the Warriors and stuff, man, make you come back as a man.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. We've had a lot of discussion today around Jalen Brunson and what a championship means for his Knick lore. Like, does that immediately, specifically, put him in front of Patrick Ewing? And I could reload this whole argument right now, but I'm going to let the fans do it because we've got people who've been waiting for a long time, including Ant in Newark, up next on ESPN New York. Ant, what's going on, bud? Thanks for being patient.
What's going on, fellas?
How are you? Ant, I can't hear you, man. You there?
Sorry. Yes, I'm here. I'm really disappointed in Bart. Because he's on Jalen Brunson's side with this. Yes, because you're on Jalen Brunson's side with Jalen Brunson versus Patrick Ewing. And to me, I don't even think it's close, championship or not. Patrick's team, let me just ask you one question. Who is Patrick Ewing's second best player?
This is a great question because it's always debated about who the second best player was. Patrick Ewing.
Let me ask you this, Ant. How much money did Patrick Ewing give back so he can get that good player? Because Brunson gave back $113 million.
That and when I heard that, I said that's a great counter. But I'm sorry, man. Patrick went 10 straight years with that team, and let's not forget, at that time, he might have been one of the best players in the NBA, not just best centers, best player.
Okay, can I ask you a question, Ant?
I'm listening. But I'll caveat this, too. I'm a young man, not even 30 yet, 29.
Okay, let me ask you something.
I'm a basketball junkie. Okay, I'm listening.
All right. Who's the second best player on the team with Isaiah Thomas? No.
It was Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars is not – Joe Dumars wasn't considered a great player. But Isaiah carried him. Like Joe Dumars, come on now. When you if you were ranking Joe Dumars, where would you rank Joe Dumars? So even if you go, who was the second best player for Chauncey Billups? And first of all, Chauncey Billups not even, I think, even on Jalen Brunson's level.
I mean, listen, he's not. But if you look at that team, you would probably go Rasheed.
Okay,
you probably go Rasheed or you go Rip.
Okay, so Patrick Ewing didn't carry his team. He had enough to win. Like, but you get rewarded for winning. You get rewarded for carrying the team. Like, Patrick had enough to win. He got to the finals. He didn't get it done. Like, it don't matter. You either get it done or you don't get it done. Like, if he got all the way to Game 7, he had a good enough team to get him to Game 7 to win the championship, right?
Yeah.
So he had a good enough team.
Yeah.
So we can't make that excuse about who he played with.
I don't think anybody's making any excuses about Patrick. If Patrick didn't win, if Brunson wins, Brunson's in front of Patrick. And it's not just because of that. It's because of the level of player he was and what Brunson has done in the playoffs specifically. His numbers have gone up exponentially in the playoffs. As a Knick, he's averaging 29 points a game in the playoffs. Patrick averaged 20. And he had more rebounds, too. I understand that. But look at what Brunson's also been able to do in other spots. It is not a knock on Patrick to say that the guy who came along and won a championship as a star then takes a step in front of him in Knicks lore.
Yeah, what's wrong with being fourth? Like, whoever was third before Patrick came, who was third before Patrick came?
The problem is
Earl to Pearl?
Probably not.
Before Patrick came in the 90s, who did Patrick push out of the Great Wall?
Probably Bernard King was pushed out of there.
Okay.
Probably Pearl was in that discussion. And then some of the other Knicks, whether it's DeBusschere, whether it's Bill Bradley, those guys, because they all have their numbers retired as well. But probably those guys are the ones who are pushed out. And listen, it's going to happen. Like, records are meant to be broken, but this isn't a record. I don't think there's any question that Brunson passes him in Knick lore.
This might be a pathetic top four, too, man.
I don't think we need to put down the top four Knicks of all time today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe not.
Like,
how about Brian and Newark next on ESPN New York? Brian, what's going on?
Top fours versus each other.
What's up, guys? Hey, guys. This is actually a great topic. And it kind of stinks. I think this topic is a good for after everything is over, but it kind of stinks because it's like, oh, we're waiting for things to start. But I love the topic. I will say this. I didn't know what the context was before I called. So initially you had said championships. So I didn't hear that part.
Well,
so
no, it's just in Knicks history, in Knicks lore.
Okay.
If he wins the title, and we'll factor in everything, your entire Knick career, all of that, and that Brunson's only going to be here for 4 years at that point if they win a title this year. Does he pass Patrick in Knicks history in terms of where that ranking is?
Gotcha. So my answer still is no. Because I was like, well, who is he knocking off, right? I guess
two-time MVP.
Bernard. No, well, that too, but Bernard King. I'm talking about in terms of the Knicks, Bernard King. But I don't think he knocks Patrick off. He's definitely on there, but Patrick stays. I think Patrick stays, period. And yeah, I did like the comment earlier about some gentleman had said something about Pat's murderer's role when he was playing. And Bart, I think your counter was that you really can't compare the two. And I understand that, but I also, again, 47, lived through that and seen all that firsthand. And I'm like, I don't know. But it's not to knock Jalen Brunson. It's just that I think Patrick, man, is just gold. Now, if you're talking Cat and Jalen win a couple more, oh, brother, that conversation is going to be ridiculous. You know what I mean? Patrick might be in trouble. But other than that, love the show, man. And yes, I did buy Easter Conference merch. Should I return it?
Yeah. I will hold on to it. Just wear it and tuck the tag in. And if you need to, you got 30 days to return it. So I would tuck the tag in.
Yeah, I would not. Let's put it this way. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, all right? I would just say this. I look at that thing, if I lose the finals, what do I think? Loser. That's what I think. And I'm speaking from experience when I say that.
The thing is, you can never wear it again. Like you can't wear it. Like, that's the thing. You bought it, but you can't wear it. If they lose, you can't wear it. Like, they win, you can wear Eastern Conference Finals or the hats and the specialty hats. But if they lose,
you almost have to treat that like I bought when the Mets in '88 lost to the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I had bought outside of Shea a knockoff shirt that said Mets '88 World Champs, and I almost you almost treat those two the same, like league champs versus world champs. Like it all means the same thing. It means nothing. It means nothing, right?
Yeah, it's like burn it. It's like getting it, like when you lose the Super Bowl, they give you like the division champs ring.
Yeah, those aren't coming out. Those aren't coming out. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 8:30 tonight. Spurs hosting the Thunder. Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. Our coverage here on ESPN New York begins at 8 o'clock. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. A lot more calls on this, a lot more comments on this coming in on the ESPN New York YouTube chat as well. Patrick had Mason and Charles Oakley. Great defense. People forget that's from Cesar. Yeah, but like in terms of great players?
Kurt Thomas, Charlie Ward. Come on, man.
Bart Carlin. You have something?
No.
ESPN New York.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Calling all Hoops fans, are you ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
This whole season has been about getting back to this point. Now, was it a broken road? Yes, of course it was. But all along, they knew the edict was, we've got to get back to this point because that's where we should have been last year. So they're just where they should be right now. And I feel the same exact way.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever.
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad. That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad. Daddy? Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car.
So why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code PHIL. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL.
I think this has been out there, reported a couple places, but a little birdie told me this yesterday, 800-919-3776. So I'm not claiming this as any kind of an exclusive, but you've heard that Jeff Van Gundy was interviewing in Portland and was going to have a real chance there. He interviewed in Orlando, too. Like, he's in the mix with the Orlando Magic job. So I heard that one yesterday, and I'm pretty sure that that's been out there, but I'm not positive. It has not been widespread talked about, but
he hasn't
Jeff's getting a couple of,
man.
Yeah, I know.
He was a consulting, right?
Yeah, he was with the Clippers, I believe, this year, and helping out there. Like, I've always been a big fan, and I know most people in New York have been too.
People always try and figure out, like, does the game pass those type of guys by? Because it's almost like the leaders of the new school. When you think about Missoula, you think JB's kind of like in the middle of like the elder statesman in the middle. Mike Brown too, been around the block. Kenny Atkinson, and then but it seems like Van Gundy is like one of the last like of the old school guys that are still there. Steve Kerr's kind of like a hybrid because he plays so much longer and he's just been around. Yeah, Doc Rivers is like one of those guys that's like if they get fired, he'll never get a job outside of being an assistant again type of stuff.
Yeah, like Doc wouldn't go be an assistant anywhere. He'd go to TV, right? You know?
It's crazy. Marc, Mo Cheeks, like you see him on the back street, but, he had health problems with his heart, so, him going back.
I'm really surprised, and maybe Jeff didn't want to do it. When ESPN cut him loose, which I love Jeff. I think Jeff's great on the air, and I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, he was great.
And
I like him better than his
listen,
brother.
whether that's a numbers game or whatever that was in the midst of a big layoff a few years ago, as we remember.
I mean, Marc, they never brought Marc back. I thought Marc was excellent.
Marc's a very good broadcaster, too.
Marc Jaxson. Yeah. He's the closest thing to us. Like
he and Breen and Jeff were excellent. And not that these guys aren't, but he and Breen and Jeff were excellent. My point is, like, when Peacock and all those other things came up, I'm a little surprised. Maybe they did.
They want to go straight young.
Or maybe they did pursue it and they wanted to, but they brought in Stan. Stan's doing Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So with Ian, he's like their number one guy.
They brought in like Dennis Haslin.
Well, those are all the studio
Crawford.
guys. Yeah, Jamal Crawford's on NBC. UD and the guys like that, Blake Griffin, are all the studio guys that are there with Taylor Rooks on Prime. But yeah, I'm a little surprised that he didn't go back to TV again, but maybe he does love coaching more than anything else. I hope he gets another chance. I think that'd be great. And I think Jeff in Orlando for here would be amazing. Like there was somebody got the quotes from him the other day, and I apologize. I don't remember who it was. I think it was The Athletic, but got the quotes from Jeff about the last time the Knicks went to the finals. And how the fans absolutely love Jeff in every way. Why? Perfect representative of what they were about. Jeff got the Knicks job and went to McDonald's that day to celebrate. Like drive-through. Like in his Honda Accord. Like he was one of us.
I always laugh because Jeff reminds me a little bit of the guy off Ghost that was, get off my train.
Jeff's better looking than that guy.
Yeah, but they got similar features.
Well,
the guy's a great actor.
Point being, he was also from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was a teacher in that. Yeah. But Jeff was. I hope he gets another chance but they were talking about how the fans at the Garden in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, when the Knicks were clinching against the Pacers, were chanting Jeff Van Gundy. And that I happen to be lucky enough to be in the building for that. That was incredible. That was a goosebumps moment when they were chanting his name. Goosebumps. It was so good. You ever get goosebumps for anything? Or are you just a machine?
Nah.
You're just going to go kill everyone like we found out before.
I just have a really high, I don't give a you-know-what meter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, I don't remember ever crying before the national
You're
anthem.
dead inside. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I get it.
I think the only time I ever really got emotional was maybe when my kids were being born. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
At least the first one or the second one. I don't know which one. Yeah, after a while it becomes routine. It's like watching a kitty litter. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever.
Emotional when my kids were born. Yeah. At least the first one, maybe the second one.
It's like
not sure which one.
It's like DJ Khaled, another one. Another one.
Let's hit Marc in Fairfield next on ESPN New York. Marc, what's going on, dude? How are you?
Hey, boys. Thanks for taking my call. Love you guys. Got on during the power hour. If there were boxes of free T-shirts in front of Madison Square Garden, you just keep on walking. We haven't won anything yet. Question for you guys. The watch party for the finals, for all of us who can't afford going to OKC or going to San Antonio, are they going to have the game available inside the Garden? Do you guys know?
Do not know if they're going to do that or not. You would hope so. Obviously that happens a lot, especially now that they can't do it outside.
It should be free, too. It should be free and just concession and parking.
Well, I don't even know if they would make it free. They'd probably charge like $5 or something like that.
Okay, that's what I mean. It should be something like that.
They would not charge a lot.
You don't want the riffraff to get in.
Well, it's not even just that.
If it's free, then it's first come serve because people be camping out selling tickets on the second day.
Yeah, I don't know how they would do that. I don't know how that's worked in the past. That's a great question.
See, they just tell you how long we've been out of the winning because, you think about how Milwaukee had it, the big deer and whatever they call it.
Well, they had that whole deer district.
Yeah,
and then Toronto, the dinosaur crap, whatever that is.
Right.
And
the crappy crap. Yeah. But
what do they call that? Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say it like that, but. Yeah, I forgot they call it Jurassic Park.
Well, they just tell you how long.
Nothing against the franchise. Is that a Disney franchise? I don't even know.
They just tell you how long. I think Disney may have bought them.
We love Jurassic Park.
Yeah, they just tells you how long we've been out the game. It's been 30 years. They didn't have this before. But you would think the watch party. And come on, man, Madami. What's his name? Mamdani.
I don't know if that's up to him.
Man, come on, man. He's the mayor, man. Open it back up, man.
It was the arrests and it was the cops. That was the problem. It was the cops that was the problem. It was the arrests. They had 6 arrests after the last one.
Man, listen, come on, man.
It's not because of the watch party. It's because of the floating out and turning into a zoo in the streets after that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. Of course, they should be doing it, but
shut the streets down. Shut it down from 30th to 30 to 40 to 40. Shut it down. No traffic. We do it for other stuff. What are you doing
to all those businesses in between too?
When these world leaders come in, you can't go no damn where.
Yeah, listen.
And they should take their ass up to Albany.
I'm not.
Take your ass to the Capitol. You want to come here and destroy? This is a one.
The UN's on the east side of Manhattan,
and they still shut everything down.
I know. Move. I get aggravated just like you, and I want to see it too.
This hasn't happened in 50 years.
I'm not defending it. I'm telling you what happened. It's the arrest that shut the whole thing down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Some people is arrest. It's more arrest during SantaCon. Come on, man. Bring this here. You know how much money that's going to bring?
I would get behind them shutting down SantaCon. That's just a complete.
But you know what I'm saying? You know how many people that would bring to the city, how much money that's going to generate? The home games that the Knicks have, and when it's not that, you have people, just vendors can make money. Everybody can make money. People going to come in, want to be part of it. They're going to go into the bars. The bars going to make money. Y'all owe this to them. The Knicks ain't gave them no juice past this round in 50 years. Make this money, man.
Well, I still think people are going to be going to the bars.
No congestion taxes on people coming down.
Well, what will happen is just they won't have the game on outside.
That's stupid.
But I agree. But after that, they're still going to have all the people that were in the bars around Madison Square Garden are still going to be out in the street like they were after Game 4 the other night.
Yeah, and why the hell I'm going to go to the bars around Madison Square Garden when ain't nobody in Madison Square Garden?
Well, they did the other night. That's all I can tell you. They did. They were watching the games there because they didn't have the watch party inside the Garden for the conference finals.
Come on, man. Do the right thing.
They should have.
I mean, we should have watch parties at Hudson Yards on the big TV screens they have there. It should be watch parties all over the city. You should bring everybody from Long Island, from Staten Island, from Jersey to commence.
A place I'm shocked they haven't done it is Bryant Park. They did that all the time. They would do that for regular season Yankee games, let alone playoffs. Like, what are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. Let's make this money, man. Let's bring some juice into the city. Let's people come and spend their money while they're excited and happy before they realize how much gas, if they run out of gas here, how much they got to pay to get back home.
I'm surprised at this poll result. A little bit surprised at this poll result. I agree with it. If the Knicks win a championship, does Jalen Brunson pass Patrick Ewing in Knicks lore? 74% yes. Tossing Patrick aside like it's nothing.
Hey, man, like a Jamaican
After 4
patty.
years.
Like a Jamaican beef patty.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Registration ends tomorrow. Take the test.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
This is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boost to bonus bets and more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. This is your reminder to check in daily because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boost to bonus bets and more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering up to 25% off windows and doors and 0% financing for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends May 31st, 2026.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
For the first time since 1999, the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals.
And the 27-year wait is over. They will play for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. 4 wins away from an NBA championship.
This group got tighter and more accountable as the days got closer to June.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including ZipRecruiter, Amazon Hub Delivery, Princeton Jeep, and Food Bazaar on ESPN New York.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with
Let's roll. We'll get as many as we can in. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. Let us
I need that money, Jake. Jake, I need that money.
You needed to get in there and start singing sooner.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all right. It's okay. Are you upset?
No.
Okay. Let's get to Tessa.
I need name tags.
Tessa's been, yes, you do need name tags. Who's that? Guy's been here for 3 years. Tessa, what's going on?
I work with him at the Fan.
Hey, guys, thanks so much for taking my call. I appreciate it. So I definitely want to just make a comment about Patrick Ewing, and if I could, the Giants, but I don't care about them right now, Patrick Ewing. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this. I'm not a Knicks fan. Everybody know that, but I'm a Patrick Ewing fan. I used to have the Ewing sneakers and everything because I wanted to be a center just like him.
So your calf so big.
No, you crazy. I got very well-proportioned calves. Knock it off, Bart, because we could talk about your neck, but I don't have that much time right now. Stop it. So what we're going to talk about is this. I don't think so. I really feel like Patrick Ewing is the all-time Knicks scorer, okay? He had played 15 seasons, 11 All-Stars, and just because, which is super important, and it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, somebody brings a chip, that doesn't mean just leapfrog him. I think Jalen needs to put some more time in, even if he, and when he, I'm going to say when, I'm going to think they're going to get it, when he brings this chip, that doesn't mean he's just supposed to surpass like a legacy like that. I think he needs more time. And now I'm going to give you this really quick analogy. Let's say if we had a Jalen Brunson-esque QB in Miami that brought them a championship, a Super Bowl. Does that mean that quarterback should automatically be better than Dan Marino? Absolutely not. I think you need to compare the stats. I think you need to compare everything about that player before you automatically say they're better than Marino because they brought a championship to Miami and Marino didn't. So that's why a part of me, I'm very surprised that a lot of Knicks fans are just kicking him to the curb like he's nothing when this man is a legacy. Like he's a legacy.
We're not kicking him to the curb. We're just saying that Brunson would pass
We're just moving him back. He's still on the Mount Rushmore.
Why, guys? Just
because we assume.
But just because he's bringing the chip, though, guys. Just because he's bringing the chip, he should pass him.
As a superstar player,
we assume that his career is not going to die and that's going to be his last run. So we can assume that he's probably going to still average 29 points for 3-4 more years, right? So even if he doesn't go back to another championship, he still is going to have more average more during the playoffs than Patrick Ewing. He's going to win more series games.
Then let's
in
bring
the
it up then, guys. Let's bring it up in 3 years then. Not right now.
Tessa, this is sports talk radio.
We're supposed to project. Not right now, though.
We can't wait for stuff to happen.
I understand that, but I just feel like not with a player like Ewing, though. You can't just automatically say, let's leapfrog him. Oh, yeah, all Jalen needs is a chip. Let's leapfrog him. I don't think that's a fair analogy right now.
So tell me this. If Jalen wins 2 in the next 3 years, does he leapfrog him?
Absolutely.
So
yes,
why wait?
Absolutely.
You just
said two of the next.
So two means something, but one means
okay, so
we still got to wait it out.
So Bart and Carlin, answer that analogy I gave about Miami. Answer about Miami. Would that QB automatically pass Dan Marino just because they finally bought a Super Bowl and they played?
No. It would be if Miami.
If he won,
here's how it would be.
Brun's been doing this for 4 years.
And
4 years of stuff.
If Miami brought in a quarterback that was a star quarterback.
Drew Brees.
Well, let's just say either drafted or brought in as a free agent. A guy that was a very good quarterback, but then blossomed into a superstar.
Yeah.
And in his 4th year, he won a Super Bowl. Would he pass Marino? Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. If Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, he passes
Now,
Jim Kelly.
Marino, 2 quarterbacks versus Patrick Ewing, 2 all-time great players.
Yeah.
Marino's on a higher level than Patrick is as an NFL player versus Patrick is
If Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, does he pass Jim Kelly? Probably.
Yeah.
He's an MVP. He's won playoff games, and he wins the championship.
I don't think there's any discussion about it.
So what's the difference?
I agree
Jim
with
Kelly is all-time great.
Vincent in Bergen up next. Vincent, what's up, baby? How are you?
Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me, guys. From New York City, North New Jersey, 38 years old, so I'm familiar with the 90s Knicks. So I did a quick search on Google, let me go back to it real quick. I don't even have it. I had it. Wait.
That's okay.
There it goes. Okay. An estimated 3% to 5% of current New York Knicks fans saw Willis Reed and Walt Clyde Frazier play in their prime. With the Knicks championship era occurring between 1967 and 1974, a fan who was just 10 years old then would be at least 62 years old now. So what I'm trying to say is that if Jalen Brunson was to win today and bring the hardware to New York, it's hard to argue that he's not the greatest Knick, and anyone else who contributes.
See, I'm not the greatest, Nick, because two is worth more than one. And you look at how Clyde played during those
Clyde
times.
won 2.
Right, he won 2.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter that only 5% of Knick fans would have seen him.
I understand that because, we like to watch it through footage, et cetera, the lore, I get it. But it's hard to argue that he's not in that conversation. Like, hands down, he'd be the greatest modern Knick,
Yeah,
who saw those guys play? I mean, respectfully.
But that don't mean it didn't exist. It's still part of history. I didn't see Thomas Jefferson or Thomas Edison, but I know he created the light bulb. I'm appreciative of it.
They asked a question from the studio, Joe Leo and Tom. If Brunson gets 2, does he pass Clyde? No. Clyde has 2. He'd have to get 3.
Right, and Clyde was
again, it would
balled
be
up.
more years. Clyde, it'd have to be more years. And listen, he could eventually, sure. But let's worry about getting the 1 now.
Yeah, let's get that one because after this, we know what the Eastern
If he
Conference
gets 7,
running.
he passes Jordan.
We know we know what the Eastern Conference is going through after this year.
But if he gets 5, he does not pass Robert Horry. All right, how about Nick? What's up? Horry's got 7, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Horry's got 7. Yeah, he's going to get 8 to pass Horry.
Let's go with Dennis.
Let's
Let's go with Dennis. John Sally's at 5.
Okay, that's fine. Good for him. Nick, what's up? Your correlations have to not always be Detroit.
No, that's the Lakers. John Sally got 3 for the Lakers.
But you know why you made the relation.
And 1 for the – no, listen, Sally got 2 from the Pistons, 1 from the Bulls, 2 from the Lakers. That's crazy. He's part of 3 of the greatest dynasties.
What do you got, Nick?
Yo, what's good, guys?
What do you got?
Brunson is definitely passing Patrick Ewing if he wins a championship. Not immediately, but through time. If he wins the championship this year, then he's basically cemented it. All he has to do is play out the rest of his career in New York.
No. The question is not the rest of your career. It's then that. If Brunson gets it now, is he past Ewing in that Knick all-time ranking?
But look, listen.
Now.
It happens that way. Listen, sometimes a player come in if he's dynamic enough. Like Lamar Jackson has passed most of the Ravens people, even though he didn't win a championship. I think he's considered one of the all-time Ravens of all time.
I would think so.
Right.
But does anybody think that Trent Dilfer's better than Lamar Jackson? Of course not.
But I'm just saying, he's up there with Jonathan Ogden, Peter Boulware. Those guys won Super Bowls.
So when it comes to that, what he's trying to say there, though, is it doesn't happen immediately. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does because that would be a defining line, and he has done enough in those 4 years. It's not like he's just been even with Patrick. First of all, he would have been part of a historic postseason run, one in which they're blowing teams out left and right. That right now is historical, and I understand all about who they played. Doesn't matter. They have the greatest margin of victory of any team reaching the conference finals. And that includes the 2017 Warriors. That includes some of the other great teams of all time, too, including the Bulls in there. Greatest. 19 points a game they're beating their opponents by on average. And they're losing. The 2 games they've lost have been by 1 point each.
I mean, if they lose the finals, where would this team be remembered?
If you lose the finals and you don't get back again, it'll be remembered similar to what the 90s Knicks were.
Because I don't think nobody's going to remember the Yankees that just lost in the championship. We've forgotten that team already, right?
It's different, though.
Wow.
It's different. It's different because the Yankees have had a 25 to 30-year period now where they've been just straight winning the whole time.
But 20 years, we don't remember them winning the championship. What, has been 20 years since they won a championship?
2009. So,
okay.
16.
16.
Yeah.
16 years. Some kids that don't know nothing about the Yankees, they think the Dodgers are the greatest organization in the history of baseball.
I agree. It's not.
I mean, do we
people
remember
will feel that way now, but it's still.
I forgot about the team already.
Left that gap of greatness.
Still, haven't you forgot about the Yankees team that just lost in the World Series?
Haven't forgotten about them, but they will be forgotten to history. And want to talk about merch? I see a lot of those 2024 Yankees hats all over the city.
Yeah.
Losers.
I know. You can't do it. And it's not because of anybody else judging me. I'd be judging myself. I'd be judging myself if I'm wearing that hat that says World Series on it, but I know I lost that World Series.
And the entire time you got to be nervous, too. Like, I hope this purchase better pay off.
As somebody that has made that purchase, you are nervous the entire time. And then when it doesn't, you don't even want to look at it.
You got to burn it.
Basically.
Give it to your girlfriend. Let her wear it to the gym.
Al in the Bronx is next. Al, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? I got a couple of things. First things first, when it comes down to PE, it didn't matter who PE had as his backup or his second. Nobody was winning during that Jordan era. It was.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. You're not using that as an excuse.
He didn't
You're
face
not using
Jordan.
that as an excuse. I get it. Jordan won all of them.
You can't, wait, the Jordan era?
I'm not.
I mean, come on, man.
I know a lot of guys who
Isaiah
look at
won
it
two,
that
by
way.
the way.
Okay.
Akeem Olajuwon won two. Akeem won two.
Akeem won two, but Jordan
that was
was
before
gone.
the Jordan era. Yeah, like the bad boys were beating up on Jordan before that. You know what I'm saying? And then they got Phil Jackson, and then history just went its way.
Listen, I
Now,
understand what Jordan and Phil Jackson were. I totally get that, and nobody else was able to get over the hump. But my point is, like, I can't just say, well, they had to go up against Jordan. No, that's not. That's
it was Mike, man.
Yeah, but that's why
because he's a killer.
But that's your point. But that's the point. Like, if you're great, then you find a ways to win it.
I mean, no one else was greater than Jordan at that point in time. We got to keep it real.
Well, what happened when he went to play baseball?
Obviously, Houston went and won 2 championships.
Back to back.
Yep.
If Patrick would have won back to back, we wouldn't have said nothing.
And the Knicks didn't get the one where they had the real chance to get it. 800-919-3776. I'm giving you the number, but it's really just a call into Michael K.
Yeah.
Because that's coming up next. The K-Ster, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg later this afternoon. We've got it all right here on ESPN New York. Chris Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala, New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, can't wait to be there and racing